Hey, we're back. NBA Season 7 playoff preview. We're going to be taking a look at some playoff implications that are going on this week. We've got a lot of battles scheduled this week, or this weekend. Not as many as I was hoping would be done right now, but I'm joined once again with Toady. And we've got special guest who's starting to become maybe not so special anymore. It's definitely you've done your rounds around here anymore, but welcome on to Leezy. Hey, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
He's
Hi, NBA.
always been special.
Yep, he's our resident all-star mod, right?
He's a resident special boy.
Yeah.
Have you seen Gengar's physical attack? I have to be special.
True. Wait, what does that make me if I'm a Grookey?
Physical attack.
I think he's pretty physical.
Does it have a physical attack stat?
I mean, Thwacky is a pretty good one.
Yeah.
It's average, okay? Cool. Well, we're not going to be taking a look at any replays necessarily right now.
65. It's actually not bad for a
65 attack. That's terrible.
Yeah.
What?
No, for a first stage of 3 stages,
I guess. But yeah, I guess we can get into. We're gonna take a look at All-Star first. A lot. I think we've had 3 games played so far.
3, yeah.
So there's some people who are right on the cusp that we want to take a look at and what their odds of making playoffs are, different scenarios they can make playoffs. And we should take a look to see if there's any particular matchups that are interesting here.
That are still yet to be played.
Yeah, so if you could bring up the All-Star doc here.
Yep.
It's coming. Oops. We did it. It's here. We have the technology.
I forgot that this widget doesn't save between them, even though it has to use the same item.
Okay, so we saw Skyhops lost to Riceman, who confirmed the 8-0 sweep of the regular season. When's the last time this has been done? Do you guys remember?
An 8-0 season?
Yeah.
Specifically in the top division or just in general?
Yeah, in All-Star.
I don't know if it's happened in All-Star.
Zap did it season 1, Hustle, when that was our highest division.
I was going to say Hustle has had it, but I don't think All-Star has.
Yeah, it's been a minute. I mean, I know that often we have maybe one runaway in All-Star, but for the most part, it's very, very close. And once again, we do have a very close run right now. There is everybody who has 5 losses is eliminated right now. So everybody from Azzy down is guaranteed out. And we could have up to 3 people eliminated off of differential.
So bad.
Yeah, true. Well, Lee took over a pretty bad record.
Stop filling in context.
True. This is not the context stream.
Yeah, let him just sit down there.
Yeah.
It's where I'd go with a good team too, don't worry.
All good. And who did Zap play again? Let me double check. Zap played Jortson. That's right. And I believe Zap beat Jortson, but it was a 1-0. So it was very, very close differential, and it might have knocked Jortson
a 4-0
out
unless
of...
this has.
Oh, was it 4? Hold on, I
sometimes
might be remembering
the
a different.
Get messed up.
Oh no, it was 4 actually. Yeah, okay. It was 4. But regardless, actually, that's even worse for Jortson because that means that he was pretty secure in what looked like a possible playoff spot. If it had been a 1-0, he'd be 4-4 plus 3, which would currently be tied for. Or no, it would be just under Camel. He'd be 7th. He'd be in a playoff spot.
Well, no, because there's still 4
low dip is pretty tough. So yeah, there's 5 players at 4 and 3 who still need to play.
Yeah. There's
1 player at 3 and 4 who Dicey Rice is 3 and 4. -4 though does mean that it's unlikely to be able to pass Jortson. But could pass Zap pretty easily. Was a 3-0 or maybe a 2-0 based on strength of schedule. Could pass. Overmat, though, I believe, as we've discussed before, Overmat is completely locked.
Yeah, and he's
Even if
against
he gets
Camel
here.
for his last game.
Yeah. Because
Yeah, 'cause he can't dip
there aren't
below.
enough people who could pass him to knock him out of 8th.
Yeah.
So even if he's 6-0'd, he would still be +5, which means that he'd be over
Matt.
Jortson and over Zap and over Dicey Rice.
And
None
over
of them
Matt.
could possibly pass him.
And over Matt.
And he is actually over Matt all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if he
do you
gets
guys
6-0,
remember
still
any standouts or any particular matchups that were kind of
I was just gonna
interesting
look
here?
through and see who was. So we know Camel's playing Overwatch.
Oh, Camel is playing Overwatch right now. He's a Reinhardt main.
He's playing it. He's playing right now. Yeah,
he's playing over Matt. Yeah.
Afonso.
And Matt's not
I
worried.
want to see who Afonso was playing. So
Matt could,
who is not in the running.
Yeah, Bunhar's not in the race. Matt could hypothetically just throw the game and get 6-0'd and not show any tech if he expects to maybe have to play Camel in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's a. Well, if he beats Camel, can he? Oh, he can go above Skyhops and Gensu. So like, if he beats Camel and Camel goes down to 7, and then he goes up to 2, then yeah, that like literally just.
He can't go past 2. Gensu's just got +5.
Oh right, yeah. So it would be if Camel ends up. Actually,
it could happen with Camel being 6th and Matt being 3rd. That they play each other.
It almost feels more more likely though that if he like were to like, let's say like let Camel win, you know, like if that outcome happens, it almost seems more likely that it's like a 4th versus 5th angle. But
it might be, but I do think that Matt would have the perspective of, is Camel better than the people who would get in instead of Camel if I beat him, right? And like making if, for example, he thinks that like Jortson, Zap, and Dicey Rice are not as good as Camel, or he has a better matchup into or something. If he like comes to that conclusion, he could beat Camel so that those worst players, according to him, get into playoffs. And whether or not they're his opponent, I don't think matters. I think it's
I feel
just lowering
like
the floor for him.
If you're looking at like the people who are on the border though, like do you think Matt would look at this and say like, I'd rather play Zap than Camel, right?
No, never. I don't think you would rather.
And
play
even
Zap.
Jortson, like I feel like these two are like probably more on like the more threatening list of people that you wouldn't want to just like let in, because it's like, well, it's better than facing Camel or better than facing like Shoshin or whatever.
Yeah.
There is the other perspective. Lee, I'd be like, easy, yeah, just let him in.
There is obviously the other perspective as well of like maybe I want a certain opponent to have a better opponent. For example, I want to knock Camel to 8th so that he plays Riceman and knocks out Riceman for me in the second round. If he's like, if Matt comes like 3rd, for example, right? There's a lot of scenarios that Matt can play around with. I wouldn't put it past him to look through these. I know that he's had a pretty tough week too, so he might just say, don't care. I'm not going to show my hand and let the pieces fall as they may.
Well, because at the end of the day, if he decides to go like that, like the no prep or like the fake prep route where he like doesn't show tech, that doesn't make him any worse off against Camel. If him losing puts him in 5th and Camel in 4th, then, which I don't even know if that's mathematically possible. If
could happen,
just looking at these divs, I guess it is because they would both be swinging. But like if that ends up happening because he like didn't put an effort in, like he still didn't reveal tech. Like that's not as bad as like revealing tech and winning and then being like, well, now you still have to play each other just because something.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Yeah, exactly. So it really could go either way here. Somebody else. I mean, obviously the one who's really on the line here is Shoshin.
Yeah, I wanted to see Vios and Shoshin who they're playing.
Yeah, so Vios is playing Wheezy, and Shoshin is playing Royce. So both of these playoff contenders' opponents are eliminated.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're gonna be pushovers. and both of them need to win to guarantee that they get in. If they lose, for example, Vyaz's diff could be the best case scenario is tied with Jortson, and then they're playing the strength of schedule game, and could go under Zap. And I think if you go under Zap and maybe under a Dicey Rice who wins, you're eliminated. You have to win this game, or else it's not in your hands. I'm gonna check the leaderboard quickly to check their strength of schedule. Vyaz does have strength of schedule over everybody below him except for Dicey Rice.
And how much?
So a Dicey
how
Rice
much do you
win,
think that could swing in one matchup?
It isn't very much. Now that there's 7
this
entries
point,
for strength
yeah.
of schedule, it's not as swingy as it could have been before.
So like realistically, pretty much confirmed over Shoshin because they're both playing against lower, like pretty low ranked players and like really bad players if we're really like getting specific. But
What did
so
I
like so like realistically, this strength of schedule doesn't change between these two. Like these Vios will have a higher strength of schedule than Shoshin at the end of the season.
Yeah. Especially if they both lose. Like their strength of schedule only matters if both of them have the same result. So if they both lose, both of their strength of schedules will change by the same amount.
Yeah. And if one of them wins and one of them loses, like that matters more than the strength of schedule anyway, because they're not gonna be tied.
Yeah, so. way more. Lizzie, I'm curious, how does this this leaderboard and this playoff picture look to you based on your early reads of All-Star? Or at least since you joined the divisions, since you've had more of an intimate look at the division. Do you think there's like people who are overperforming, people you are surprised aren't in the race right now?
It's definitely kind of like you expect to see like Riceman over Matt up there at the top. Like it's just kind of the leaderboard you expect. Skyhop's really glowed up this season. I think he's playing he's balling hard.
I mean, I'd argue that Skyhops has been like consistently glowing up every season. Like at this point, I'm not surprised.
Last season he was like 1-7 though. He really bottomed out.
He struggled to find his footing in All-Star, and he's hit the ground running this season. If you didn't watch his game against Riceman, watch it. It's really fun.
Yeah.
That just happened.
It happened yesterday or the day before?
Recently. It was this week.
Yeah.
No, there it is, yeah.
And
you would like it to you specifically.
Yeah, the monkey trio came in.
Did they all three of them?
Mm-hmm.
Vyaz, our hustle champion who was promoted, is fighting for his life in a playoff spot, which I think shows that the top of hustle being in par with the middle of All-Stars is kind of what we want to see on a level up season. And
for sure.
I find Vyaz very fun to watch as well. He's got cool tech a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I think I kind of put a good spot to land as somebody who just moved up.
Yeah, absolutely. I kind of put Vyaz into the same kind of category as like Zap and Riceman. All three of them are all kind of like tournament players in the larger scene, and like know a lot of the same people and play in a lot of the same areas. And for some reason, it feels like all three of them also have a very specific style that it's like it's a little bit hard to put your finger on, especially Zap's. I feel like is the most kind of out there. But yeah, they all definitely have their own specific way of like identifying win cons.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not surprised to see Vyaz up here, especially after really dominating Hustle last season. But yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him in a playoff spot. But something that I'm surprised so far at least is, I mean, Baby Dragons are really bottomed out here after winning All-Star last season to bottom of the division right now is pretty tough.
What was
I mean, he's even another year.
I'm kind of like fake dropped out. Was it week 4 when he forfeit? Or no, wait, was that a forfeit? Is it just not loading?
He didn't show his
forfeit. Yeah, he didn't show team, and then
so
he
his
just kind of
team didn't get credit.
It's like, how is there diff here, but not an actual result? Yeah, that makes sense then. And then 2 forfeits.
Yeah, it's been unfortunate.
Yeah. Life
Or this
happens,
was
I guess.
or one of them was a joint forfeit, or
Yeah.
was that yours?
Yeah.
Oops for gore.
Teehee.
Just could have been a dub. This could have been a free dub. You could have been on a 2-game win streak, man.
I could have.
All you had to do is say like, "Hey, when do you want to play?" Done. You win.
I did, but I don't find that good enough. Anyway,
You did. You tried to schedule, and you still took. The
I didn't really
forfeit?
try to schedule, is why. Anyways, I'm not gonna get into it. The other thing that was surprising is Azzy at the bottom of the leaderboard is obviously a bit of a.
He's not at the bottom anymore.
Not at the bottom anymore, but Azzy missing the playoffs is a surprise. I don't know if that's happened.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's ever happened.
Was he ever at the bottom?
He's always
He
in the
started
playoff.
The win. Yeah, that's surprising.
Yeah, he's been like a finalist, a semifinalist for probably more times than he's missed the playoffs. This might be the first time.
So that's definitely a surprise. Maybe his building was a little bit more predictable this season because he went with a lot of comfort picks that we've seen him play before.
His
trades
are like pretty good too.
He did make some trades, and after the trades, it looks like he went 3-1. So he, as opposed to being 1-3 before the trades.
How could he go 3-1 after the trades if he only has 3 wins total?
He doesn't have 3 wins total. Zap?
Oh yeah, I thought you were talking about Azzy.
No, Zap. Sorry, I don't know why I'm talking about Zap.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we were talking about. Like, did we miss something?
We were talking about Azzy.
Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to figure that out. Like, where does when did
the
trades
happen? I don't know where that came from.
But wait, so did Azzy make
trades though, and he went 1-2 after the trades.
Yeah, he made some
after
trades.
the trade, right? Okay.
Yeah,
so they didn't pan out here. Yeah, I mean they panned out for I guess the first week of them, and then
or
wait, no,
it's
just the last
two. 0-2 after his trades.
Yeah, because he didn't have Moltres Galar anymore.
Yeah, you're right. I just saw the Hatterene, and I thought he picked up Hatterene. Oh, he did drop Hatterene, or he picked up Hatterene earlier in the season. That was the trade that I saw in week 3. I'm like, oh, there's a Hatterene there. That must be after the trades. But you're right, he dropped the Moltres Galar because previously
that was
he had,
the bigger change.
Yeah, he had Mega Gardevoir before Hatterene.
Right.
And funny enough,
we liked the Mega Gardevoir.
He won the only game that he brought guard to, so.
Yeah, he dropped the Terra Goltrace for Terra Urshifu and then didn't bring it to the first game. Not that this obviously the matchup it depends on a lot of things, right? But it's a little bit unfortunate that you make a major trade like that and you can't even bring it to one of your last 2 games.
Yeah, and you would think that like some of the trades that you're making that late in the season when you're struggling to find playoff footing, you're making the trades to win those last games to get
to be fair, one of them was Lee, who I don't think had played any. Like, how many games had you played? Like at that point, right? Like they were actually you playing the games.
Just Zap.
Yeah,
Zap
so
and
just
Royce.
one.
Zap and Royce.
Oh, you did play Royce. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then there's the forfeit after that. So like really there wasn't a lot of material to go off of for Lee's matches being played. So maybe he just didn't really put a lot of stock into that matchup specifically. But didn't pan out. I mean, he got beat by the GOAT, like the best player in the league, honestly speaking, like actually the best player. So
you know what's crazy to me is Gensuzu said in the post-game chat that this is his first time ever making playoffs in All-Star.
Gensuzu.
Okay,
but
and that felt so wild to me.
Played a game since he was in Hustle, right?
No, Gensuzu's always been in the top division.
Yeah, but I thought Gensuzu took a break.
Did he take a break? Was he not around in season 6? Let me double check.
I thought he like skipped a bunch of seasons. I thought he hadn't played since Hustle was the top division.
No,
that was.
Oh, I'm thinking of Shoshin.
Yeah, he missed out a little bit last season. He was 3-5.
I think he missed out on diff one season.
Looking at season 5, he was 3-5 again. That was the season that the 5-3 was the cutoff, which was crazy.
I was gonna say, I think there was one time that was. I wasn't sure when you said that he lost on diff. I was like, oh no, was that the time when the diff was like so low?
He didn't
Or
do
was
too
it-
great
it
season
was the
4
opposite.
hustle. This is pre All-Star now. And I'll stop at season 3 here. In season 3,
But he's played every season.
most seasons.
Wow.
Season 3, he was 4-4, and he missed off by 1 diff. The bottom of the like the 8th seed that made it into playoffs was DJ Barara at 4-4 -1, and Gensuzi was
Okay, so
4-4
it's still
-2.
Yeah. So that wasn't the season where 4-4 plus X was required to be.
No, it was -1. So
yeah.
there were 4 players that were 4-4, and yeah, he just happened to be down -1 diff on the last one to make it in, unfortunately. But that just felt so insane to me.
Yeah. Now, this is still kind of crazy, this diff. The 3 losses compared to the player who has 0 losses across 8 games, and you have 1 diff worse.
Yeah, true. That
And you're 15 diff better than the next person who is also 5-3.
Yeah, so here, let me take a look here. That was... Where is he?
2 6-0s.
He's at the front. Yeah, 2
There's
6-0s.
6-0s.
And that's this Terra Driftbloom has been putting in a lot of work for him too.
Yeah.
And I think they're contributing factors to the big sweeps.
Yeah. Yeah, so 2 6-0s, a 5-0, a 4-0. Only 1 loss that was like less than half of the mons remaining. Or no, I guess
Only 3 losses. Well, he's only got 3 losses, and they're all... there's a -1, a -1, and a -2.
Oh, yeah, the first one's -2, yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
Which is pretty crazy.
It's like really,
and then
really
yeah,
well played
with a couple high diff wins. Yeah, I mean, this is
and
exactly
also
what
one
we
of the
needed
losses.
from him.
The only one that's more than -1 is against the person who's 8-0, by the way.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, that's a crazy tight schedule that he had. Really well played. I mean, coming out of the schedule too, because it is the Coco Treads team. Yep, and
hands.
I think who was it recently that was talking to me about banning Coco or restricting electric surge on it. I think it's an interesting proposition. I'm not 100%
it's just
sold though.
I don't think you can do that, honestly. Like, or at least you can't do like a just ban electric surge, because so much of the mon, like even before Paradox Mons existed, is only really relevant because of the terrain. Like the boost that it gives its own electric moves and stuff is like just part of the equation that you have to consider when you're fighting Coco. So I feel like
I'm sure it would be usable though. Like just like Lele, I would say Lele is probably,
but I think it just kind of
at least
defeats...
around the same tier as Gardevoir.
Yeah, I just think it just kind of defeats like a lot of the charm of using it. Like, do we really want like 2 Regielekis that are just kind of like, oh, this mon is really good.
Regieleki. But
it would be, but it's the same kind of idea.
Does competitive balance care about the aesthetic of the Pokemon? Not really.
No, but I'm not really even talking about the
you getting to
as...
getting to use the like power fantasy of having Coco. Yeah, balance doesn't really care about that.
I don't think those are. I think those are 2 different things though. Like the aesthetic and the power fantasy. Like where it's like the aesthetic.
I think they're both the same. By aesthetic, I just meant like using the Pokemon as its. I don't think competitive gives a damn about if it's used how it was, like how Game Freak intended, it's
right. Yeah, and I think that's fair for mons that are like just broken out the gate. But I think in a case like this, it's a little bit unfortunate when it's like it's the mons that came after that broke it, right? Like, so you're removing like this kind of unique one, because there's no other really good electric terrain setters. So it's like,
yeah, but then you have to ask yourself, is that a problem? Do you need a good electric terrain setter?
Well, it is a problem But the problem's the Paradox Mons. But you couldn't like ban it, so that's like, oh, if you draft Coco, you can't draft any future Paradox Mons.
Yeah, so what's less harmful?
Yeah.
Having a bunch of having one electric terrain, like one good electric terrain user and like 12 abusers, or having 12 Pokemon that would like electric terrain but are okay without it, and one like 12-point Pokemon instead
Yeah.
of being a 20-point. I don't know. It was just something that was brought up to me recently, and I'm not seriously considering it right now, but it's definitely an interesting thought experiment because I have been in a league before that has banned Psychic Surge on Lele before it was nerfed. And Telepathy Lele
Misty
was so
Surge?
good. No, Psychic.
Oh wait, Lele, wait. I thought Misty Surge or Misty Terrain was the one that got nerfed, so it didn't boost Fairy.
No, I think Misty's the only one that hasn't been nerfed.
Didn't it used to boost Fairy, or did it never boost Fairy?
No, it never boosted Fairy.
Oh.
No, Psychic was the busted one. It was when they gave like a 50% damage buff.
Yeah, but that was all
It
the
was pretty
terrains,
crazy.
I thought.
Yeah, but Psychic was the most broken just because Lele was the best
Yeah.
abuser of it.
Yeah, Psy Spam also was like huge in VGC, so like they noticed that.
Yeah, true.
whenever
True.
that's broken.
Yeah. Anyways, do we?
So you're saying that they actually
have-
banned Psychic Surge on it before that nerf, like, and you just like have Lele without Psychic Terrain?
Yeah, they banned it in like Gen 7 while it was still
Interesting.
like super broken. Yeah, and
I feel like
Lele was
it
like
loses a lot
an
of what
11
makes it
pointer
broken,
or
though.
something. It was like
Yeah.
around Gardevoir tier, maybe a
Okay,
point
that
higher.
makes sense then. Yeah, just a
Yeah.
Fairy Psychic attacker.
Yeah.
So
Now,
it's
like,
basically,
would
you
would
lose on
terrainless Coco be worse than like Kilowattrel?
Well, here's the
Would it
question:
be worse than?
Does it become Terra legal?
Probably.
Because I think if it becomes Terra legal, it could be very good.
It
And
has
honestly, more
CM, it
than
has
11
Grass Knot,
points.
right?
I actually think if it's like 11 or 12 points, that'd be too low if it has Terra legal.
Yeah, that would actually be pretty sweet, right?
Yeah. Because then you do kind of just have a Regieleki that can just do Terra Ice. Obviously not
Yeah, when you have ice coverage,
quite
yeah.
to the same extreme, but like
Yeah,
they're-
it doesn't
they're
have Terra
pretty
Blast.
broken. Oh, it doesn't have Terra Blast, you're right. Well, we never
Anyway.
know if by the next
Yeah.
season, like when Champions is out.
Yeah, true.
Maybe it does
That
get
could
better.
change. Yeah, you're right.
But yeah, so not really worth talking about it now. But it's an interesting thought.
Yeah,
And
it's
it's kinda-
something to shake up the meta, right? Like maybe
Yeah.
I feel like people are just getting tired of
It's just
like,
getting
okay, these
boring.
robots do broken robot things,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Because like the electric setter is just so much better than the sun setter,
Yeah,
and
I
they
will
synergize
say,
so much better than the Protomons, in my opinion.
I will say that I think, first of all, everyone expected this in NatDex as soon as Paradox Mons were a thing. They were like, okay,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
they're never adding Coco to Scarlet and Violet, but NatDex is going to go absurd with this Mon and with this, and so
Yeah, and surprise, they did.
I think a lot of the appeal for some people like playing NatDex is the fact that you can do these kind of like things that weren't really intended, where it's like
Mhm.
Game Freak doesn't want you to do Coco Treads, but you can do it in NatDex, you know, so it gets rid of like some of the uniqueness of NatDex, if we have to like prune away the stuff. But that, again, that's also like kind of the fault of them like making these really broken things, but then just being
Yeah.
like, well, according to our rules, you actually can't run this because it doesn't
And
exist in this game.
don't even get Toady started on knockoff rock polish King Gambit.
What about it?
What? We've had like 4 conversations about how it shouldn't be able to use those moves, according to you.
Oh, I don't recall.
What?
Are we gonna have this conversation?
I'm rage
again?
baiting. I actually like couldn't remember what you meant at first, but then I was like, oh yeah, I did talk about this, but then I just
I'm losing my mind.
I thought it'd be funny to rage bait you a little bit. They'd be like, no, I never said that.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not stupid. I'm just rage baiting. Get him started.
I was stupid the first time, but then I still stand by like the general idea of it. But Champions is going to change all that anyway. Champions will like I think get rid of any excuse that they have where it's like, well, technically, if it could learn it at this point, then XYZ. But it's like I think that'll settle that because it'll be like almost like an official NatDex if they ever actually do that.
True.
But we'll get
okay,
all
I
the
wanted
answers.
to look just before we move on. Alfonso
do we wanna look at the
versus
stats?
Banhara. Oh yeah, we can look at stats too. Afonso's playing Banhara this weekend. Banhara is eliminated, but
Afonso's
in a pretty good spot at +4. Afonso, yeah, he was in chat earlier.
It was like
he's in a pretty good spot.
recently.
He could lose and still, like, if he doesn't lose with a really terrible diff, could still be in the running. And something that's really helpful is that there's 4 people in a similar scenario, right? Where Afonso, Camel, Shoshin, and Vyaz all, like, if they all lose, Afonso is the biggest winner for that, right? And even if Afonso loses, if like 2 of the other 4 and 3 players lose, he still has a pretty good shot as long as he doesn't get completely 6-0'd. So I wouldn't be that surprised if Afonso plays for diff. But I think it's definitely the you might as well win, cure yourself.
Yeah.
Would you say it's unusual?
Would you say it's unusual that these? Oh wait, no, never mind, because they're not even. I was gonna say like all these like 4-4 players are like all positive diff, but no, they all have an extra win. So this is actually like pretty average if you're like slightly over 0 with one win over.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if anything, Shoshin with the loss would be below average here.
Yeah. So what I was gonna check is I'm wondering if like the fact that Gensuzu got so many like 6-0s and 5-0s, if that like kind of brought the average diff of the league down, because it is like a pretty big drop off, like from the higher diffs down to these. And it's like, you know, that means like somebody had to lose and like lose a 6-0 every time he did that.
So Royce and Dicey Rice were the 6-0'd against.
Okay, and then the 5-0 was Azzy. So if we're looking at Royce,
Azzy's diff and Royce's diff don't matter. But Camel getting 6-0, or no, sorry, Dicey Rice getting 6-0 was pretty tough.
I think was that with the 6-0 or the 5-0?
Oh, sorry, let me check.
No, that was a 6-0. That was. Yeah, so that brings Dicey Rice down to. But again, that's actually still like if we're calling 4-3 + 4 average, then 3-4 - 4 is also average.
Yeah, but I mean, looking at Dicey Rice's spot now, if they were, let's say, 2 div higher, they'd be actually in a pretty good spot because a win would put them over Zap. But now that's
especially
not
with these games already played. Yeah, that'll be interesting.
And would give them a much better shot of being over Shoshin after a loss for Shoshin too.
Start, okay. And so let's
look
at the stats here.
Yeah, leaderboards.
So the idea here is that, like we said before, we're not going to be doing the whole poll setup this time again because it's just too many things for 4 divisions, especially when we're already tracking a lot of the stuff that people will vote based on anyway, which is basically just their diffs for the most part. So we have it all here. Now, obviously, this is missing a couple games because not everything's been played yet, but 7 games in, you'd think that outside of like a crazy sweep in the last game, like these stats should give us an idea of kind of like how these mons panned out. Like you can still see if there's a mon that like we thought was going to be good that ends up with like no kills and 6 deaths. It's like that still, like one more game's not going to change that kind of didn't pan out, and it's worth looking at. In the same sense where it's like you look at mons like this, where it's like Tusk 14 KOs plus 10 diff. It's like if he goes down to minus or plus 8 diff and you know whatever, like it doesn't really matter. Like it's still.
Well, Riceman's already played also, so
that's true. Yeah, this one's actually done. Yeah,
yeah.
But it explains maybe like the gap here.
Like maybe if Mega Gallade gets a 6-0, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
but the likelihood of that, I mean, Samurot's not going to get a 6-0. Yeah. Melmetal, it has setup options, but it's definitely just used as a trade bot right now because it only has +2 diff.
+2, yeah, 9 KOs.
So even with a 6-0, it passes with KOs, but a 5-0 it wouldn't pass Great Tusk.
I mean, also like these, like right now, this isn't us like giving out the awards, right? Like this is more just like kind of thing. So it's like this can change, and after the season, this won't be updated for playoffs. So these stats are just the regular season. So at the end of this week, once every game's played, you can look through them and you'll see the final standings for all these mons. But let's break it down a little bit. So we got this is the non-Terra KO leaders. Tusk, I feel like, is not a super surprising one. It's a 20-pointer, right, or a 19. pointer. I don't remember which it is, but it's a mon that you expect to like put in some work. And I think in the
Yeah,
hands
it's
of
always at
Rice
the top.
Man,
It's a
it
great
makes
one.
sense. Some people prefer to run it a little bit like more defensively utility and like maybe won't get as many kills that way. But if you're somebody who is very good at the game and good at utilizing Tusk while also having it be like that offensive beast, it's pretty normal, I would say, for it to end up with stats like this. So no surprise there. Samurai having 9 KOs is a little bit surprising to me.
Yeah,
I
now
know
keep in mind
it's
that
a
it
scarf
is
candidate.
credited. It does get credit for any KOs that the spikes that it
True.
sets
Okay.
gets.
Yeah.
But I actually think that most
That's
of the
still a lot,
KOs
though.
are just from like clicking moves.
Yeah.
Like
It
direct
probably
damage.
pads it a little bit, but also like most kills I feel like aren't actually the spikes. It's usually the spikes and then like you're now in range to die to something.
Yeah, and the best way to use Samurai isn't to just like suicide lead, like bash face against something, set 2 layers and die. It's to come
Very
in with
sharp
either
face,
like
though.
a scarf or yeah, true. But like with a scarf or a sash or something to be able to revenge KO something consistently, to get the spike and stay at full health because you either forced the switch or got a guaranteed KO, and you netted the extra layer of spike. Like that is definitely how you want to be playing Samurai. And so it's no surprise to me that it's cashing in on Gensuzu's good record and was getting a couple
And
like
good
finishing
diff.
blows, right?
Yeah.
Now, the fact that it's only +4 diff does mean that it's fainted 5 times. And again, this isn't a surprise. Like we do expect Samurais to be traded
Well, actually,
fairly aggressively.
It's a little bit of a surprise for Gensuzu with the diff that it has that many like sacrifices.
Yeah, this is the mon, true.
But this mon is responsible for all of Gensuzu's feints.
Most of them. That, and actually you see at the bottom there's an Iron Treads that also fainted 4 times.
Yeah, wait, actually we can look at it right here, right? Because these are the ones that fainted. Samurai has fainted in every game but the last 2.
True.
And it didn't come to one of the 6-0s. And neither did oh wait, no, Treads did.
Coincidence.
Yeah. But it did survive this 6-0 though. So Alfonso pointed out that Melmetal did already play, because Zap already played.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
So Melmetal cannot improve. Zeraora is Terra legal, but just wasn't a Terra captain.
No, Zera is Terra banned.
Is it?
Yeah.
As of last season, yeah.
Oh, as of last season, okay.
Yeah, last season, remember, we had the big Terra cut where we dropped the point total from 25 to 20, and we banned pretty much anything that's over like 15 points. There's
so
a couple random things like
like
Zapdos and like Slowking Galar. No, you can't do that.
Okay. So are these highest... I think we established this before, but these lists are not filtered based on, or no, they're filtered based on who is a Terra captain, not who can be a Terra captain, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
So everything in the non-Terra is not a captain.
Yeah, but it just doesn't track if something was dropped as a captain and
exactly, yeah. So none of these, I believe, were previously captains and then were dropped as captains. Yeah, so we don't run into that problem here. And honestly, I don't really know how to solve that problem. Is that even a problem that's like worth solving?
You would have to add like a lot of different layers to like what it's checking.
Yeah, you'd have to track like when something is a Terra captain every game.
Yeah. And honestly, like for how rare it is, I don't think it's a massive deal.
Yeah, I don't
and I'd almost rather it be compared with the non-Terramons than like not compared at all. Or like having to compete with Terra captains when it's like not a Terra captain for most of the games. But anyway, our Terra leaders, Cerulege, I feel like not a surprise. We've talked about Cerulege, and I expect to see this mon in the Terra KO leaders in some other divisions as well.
Yeah, it was the strongest, one of the top ones we looked at last season as well after the Terra nerf, and once again it's back doing typical Cerulege shenanigans.
Synergizes so well with Terra as a concept, which makes sense. It was added in the Terra gen. Like this is definitely a mon that was made with Terra in mind.
Yeah, absolutely, and having 2 like abilities that very much thrive on having the type change is
in very different
Yeah,
ways.
it bodes really well for Terra Ceruledge. It just gives it so many options.
Yeah. And Terra Keldeo, I feel like this is the first time we've really seen it actually pan out. Like
Yeah,
we've
I
seen Terra
do think we've
Keldeo
seen
appear
it.
before, but like it
Yeah.
usually is a bit of a disappointment.
Mm-hmm.
I
There
know
always
you've
needs to be
always
a
been a
best.
fan
Yeah,
of it.
I have. Yeah, yeah. Roy says there always needs to be a best. I agree,
Yeah.
and I think that's part of the reason why it wasn't banned
Yeah, I
before.
don't think Ceruledge needs to be banned
Yeah,
or
I
Terra
mean,
banned.
if we ban Ceruledge, the next best thing is just going to take the spotlight,
Yeah.
right? And we've even seen a couple things start to take up some of the mantle and actually start to really challenge Ceruledge.
Yeah.
As we'll see in some of the future divisions, actually we see Rillaboom as one of the better captains.
Yeah,
We
he's
see
always been
Hydrapple.
solid as a
We've been
captain.
talking about Hydrapple for a while, but yeah, it's definitely performed even better this time than last
Yeah.
season, in my opinion.
I
And
think
same as
Hydrapple.
Rillaboom, people are really getting on it.
I think Hydrapple, and even to an extent Rillaboom, the reason that Terra is so good on them isn't so much that Terra it's like Terra Rillaboom itself is broken, and more so the fact that like Rillaboom without Terra has some like very specific and common counters where it's like if he doesn't have to deal with those counters, he's so much better. But
Yeah, well, grass
with
tag just
that,
kind of sucks.
yeah, like monograph's physical attack, like the number of things that quad resist that and punish him for making any contact at all. Like it's just like
Yep.
there's so many things.
Yeah.
So it's like it's an example of it's like it's not that the fact that Terra Rillaboom itself is broken, and more so the fact that Rillaboom without Terra has like a glaring issue into teams that can counter it. But then into teams
Yep.
where it doesn't get countered, like it's super strong, which is why you can't like lower the price of it. And
Yeah.
same with Hydrapple, where it's like Hydrapple is
Exactly,
good
yeah.
because it loses its 4 times weakness. Like that's
Yep.
and it's already bulky. Like it's a good mon with a unfortunate weakness on its own. Give it Terra, suddenly that's no longer a problem, and it can just kind of like thrive on its stats. Ceruledge is one where it's I think it's like conceptually like Terra breaks it is like why it's broken because of like the flexibility of Terra, but I don't think the ceiling is like too high. Like I think it's like where it should be for a Terra captain. If
Yeah,
anything,
approximately.
maybe like increase the price of Ceruledge at a baseline. So like so its partner can't be as good of a Terra captain. So you like only have to really prep for the Terra Ceruledge. Outside of like niche cases. I would think that if we wanted to cut back on Ceruledge as a Terra captain, I think that's the solution, rather than banning Terra on it, because then it's just
Yeah.
too countered. I think it's too easy to beat it without Terra, honestly.
It's still a really cool mon without Terra.
It's good. It just gets countered by so much more.
Yeah, and well, it still does like regular Ceruledge with no Terra still does a lot of the same things that it does with it. It's just like you have to be more precise in the timing of things, and like flash fire is less good. Sorry?
And in building against it, you like prepping against it, you have to be more precise, where it's like you can't just like rely on the one guaranteed priority move that will always shut it down. Like you have to be ready for multiple different possible Terra types that change how that works. So
yep. There's a couple things up here that we haven't seen too much of, and I know that I've voiced my opinions about Terra Gengar. Now, to be fair, there are only like 16 higher tiered partners. And we do see Terra Gengar making it here with 4 KOs. It's not very many, but I don't know. What do you think about like the bottom of this leaderboard?
I mean, we got the
Gengar
resident Gengar guy in the chat.
Yeah, exactly. What do you think about Terra Gengar here, Lizzie?
I think Terra Gengar is cool. I think it is like actively good, and there are matchups where it just gets to eat. And well, those matchups are getting fewer and farther between because of how good Terra is and how strong the players here are, and they can play around the things Gengar does well. But I've used Terra Gengar a few times myself, and I like it. I think it's actually like viable. But seeing it down at the bottom of the Terra KO leader doesn't actually surprise me.
Well, it's not the bottom of the Terra KOs though. It's just the bottom of the Terra KO leaders. So there's like
it's 10th out of 24. Or sorry, it's 10th out of 32. So it is decent, but like
But for the
About,
higher
let's say,
point
like 12
ones,
to 14 of them aren't actually like threats.
Yeah.
Because usually the second, like the lower tiered of the two partners aren't that great.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, let's say, like 10th out of maybe 24 or so. Or 20.
You could even just cut it in half and say, like, just considering it's in the top half of point values for Terra Captains, out of those, it's still, like, I don't think 10th is that bad. I mean, it's 4 KOs.
Yeah.
It's probably tied with a bunch of them.
4 KOs just isn't that many though, and I feel
Yeah.
like
And
it's
plus
just
one
not a
difference
very
we made it.
flexible Terra Captain. Like,
Yeah.
I would probably just pull up with Terra Ghost, Terra Fairy, Terra Fighting, and just try and offensively punch holes into things that it normally couldn't punch holes into, or at least give it a more consistent stab than Focus Blast, or fighting coverage than Focus Blast, right? Like with the Terra Fighting.
Yeah, and I think that obviously it's been talked about to death basically, but like the Gengar speed tier just isn't what it used to be. Like there's just so many things that, like, even a Terra Gengar, just when it's as frail as it is, you just have to make sure you can hit it neutrally, and it's just not an issue if you're faster than it. And if it
which is
wants
why
to
I
set
think
up
like
both speed and like nasty plot, it's like that's 2 moves that it also has to click before it can do those things.
I don't think it even can
Or
set up speed.
Does it not get agility? I thought it got agility.
No.
I don't think so.
So,
but regardless,
maybe that's
like,
also why
that's
like
why
just kind of
like
confirmed.
I was saying,
like,
I feel like Scarf Ghost Gengar is just kind of the most consistent, and I don't know, 80 base power stab doubled isn't really that great.
It's still
all
just
good.
not that strong. Yeah, like I think that's the other thing with like the Scarf set specifically. It's like it's a very scoutable mon. Like if you find out that it's never going to get stronger than Scarf, like because it won't set up past that, it's like there are just things that you know can blank it. If it's nasty plot, you know it can't get faster than 350 speed, and you can just outspeed it and kill it, or kill it with priority or something. But
yeah, exactly. I do want to move on. Something that I noticed that was pretty funny is in the low tier leaderboards, Drifblim is just like head and hands above, or head and shoulders above everybody. And Simisear came to 1 game and it got like 2 or 3 KOs against Skyhops. Or no, Skyhops brought it against Riceman. And same with Simipour. I believe that Simipour just got like 1 KO, and suddenly it's in the low tier leaderboard. So I don't think very much work was done by the low tiers this season.
Yeah, wait. So this is the only game that they came to? I guess I gotta go to Skyhops. Where is Sky? Oh, it's because I have to scroll over. 2 KOs.
Yeah.
Plus 1 diff.
And it's second in the low tier leaderboard.
What's Drifblim at? Drifblim is Gansuzu.
10 KOs plus 9.
Yeah, it just ran away with a division.
8 kill difference.
Yeah.
First and second.
Yeah, so again, like I feel like people just kind of weren't using low tiers, and I do think that NBA with the generous point cap, you don't really need to invest that much in your low tiers.
Yeah.
They're often just there to like be the counterpart to your Terra Captain, and they don't get to see the light of day all the time because their other partner is kind of hogging the spotlight.
Yeah.
So might not be the best environment for low tiers to shine, except specifically Drifblim is a pretty good cleaner, turns out.
Yeah, you'll occasionally get some of the low tier Terra Captains that are like secretly the high tier Terra Captain of the team.
Yeah. Like the Arc result that we see with Overmat too.
Yeah. A lot of electric types over here. A lot as in 2, and then 0.
Well, it's pretty good.
More fire types already, just looking at these 3. Well, no, same number.
We do categorize Drifblim as a defensive Pokemon, which like maybe is a little odd, but it is here on the defensive.
I think it's probably because without Terra, it's kind of like a budget defogger, and also ground and normal and fighting immunity.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Unburdened is still pretty good even without Terra.
It is. I'm betting that this list probably came from like, all right, let's look at the defoggers. Let's look at the the spinners and like which ones like aren't explicitly like offensive.
Yeah.
I could see him not
What else do
being
we-
in this category though.
Yeah, well, okay, on the defensive board though, now that we're looking at it, poor Slowbro and Belly Bolt. This is Terra Belly Bolt that came like almost every game.
0-5, yeah.
And it's 0-5. Pretty tough. Same as Slowbro. In the support KOs, we see Pheasantipity. It actually got all 5 of these KOs. Or no, sorry, that was a different... Was that week 7? Was that the Combine Pheasantipity sweep in All-Stars? It might have been. No, it wasn't. It was in a different division that happened. So never mind. I didn't get all 5 of those in the last week.
It might have gotten a lot of them this forfeit that isn't recorded on one side. That was one that didn't show team. Because they still get the diff, right? Even if the opponent didn't show
You
team.
still get the diff, yeah. Yeah, if you don't show team, it gets a little stickier though, because then we kind of have to just treat it
you
as
wouldn't
though
get the
it's a
diff for
forfeit,
that.
because we can't guarantee that like you brought a real team. The mega leaders, I feel like these are the usual suspects here. We see Galley, Diancie, Lopunny, Garchomp. That's pretty common. Sometimes maybe we'd see a Mega Scizor, but it's actually 0-2.
Yeah, well, part of that's
But it's on
Zard's
Zard's team.
I was gonna say that I feel like the mega losers and even the support losers and defensive losers, I don't really consider them necessarily a huge deal for a lot of the
Yeah,
mods,
you don't have to
because
read
most of the
into
time
them
it's like
very much.
yeah, like they're not meant to be getting KOs. Not that they can't get them, so like you still would be surprised to see like 0 KOs on like Aggron, for example. But then it still tells like some of the story though, where it's like, oh, like this Mega Venusaur again doesn't mean that it was bad, but it's like you can still be like, oh, this Mega Venusaur isn't doing as much offensively as I've seen it do in the past. Like usually it's like still picking up some kills. Same with Aggron. It's like doesn't mean it wasn't doing its job, but also like
yeah. And honestly,
right.
usually there's only maybe like 12 to 14. Like not every team gets a mega, right?
Yeah.
All the time. So being in the bottom 5 doesn't necessarily mean that it's bad. It's just there were a lot of others better.
Yeah, and there's sometimes which we'll see like in the NFE categories where it's like literally there's so few of them that
there's only 6 NFEs. So
the 5th worst loser is actually 2nd place.
Yeah, exactly.
The 2nd best one.
Yeah,
but yeah, I would say out of the losers here, the only one I'm surprised about is Mega Altaria. I would expect more KOs for that, but it's a 0 diff, so it means that it hasn't died more than
it usually traded.
Yeah.
Or maybe it had one good like Dragon Dance week and then died every other time.
Yeah, that's true because diff. This is just universal.
Yeah, that's just diff.
Not just 1 week. But yeah, and then so support mons can sometimes be interesting. I would say this is a time where it's kind of interesting because there's no like frauds here that are just like, oh, I'm a support mon. Shh. But these are all mons that like I think run pretty equally. Like if you count Tinkaton, then I think Fez is similar in that sense, where they're like similar kinds of supports. Screamtail, Uxie, Rotom. I don't want to say like usual suspects, but these are mons that like you do expect to like get some KOs, even when they're playing more.
Maybe not like Screamtail, but
yeah, like it's not like sweeping games, but it's like it can like finish things off. Like
CM Scream is less good than CM Uxie, for example.
I would expect the fact that it's -1 with 4Ks means that it's come to a lot of games and probably was just the thing in front of something that couldn't break it at the end of a game a couple times, and that's why I got KOs.
Yeah, maybe
because that doesn't look like a sweep angle to me. But, Jirachi on Skyhops' team, which is one of the better teams.
Yeah, Jirachi got cooked.
0-4 is very surprising. Like I guess it depends.
Now I believe that when I use Jirachi, I think it had a relatively similar diff where it was like it brought just like Healing Wish a lot of the time.
Yeah, so it's just kind of always dying. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
honestly, maybe the fact that it's 0-4 with Skyhops in a high position means that Jirachi actually just did its job.
Yeah, that's why I'm surprised. But it's actually, how many games did it come to? Did it only come to 4 games, or did it just survive some games without getting kills? It's brought to 5 games, so it survived 1 game, and it was this game. It actually looks like it mattered. It was one of the last 2 left. Actually, wait, how many of these were wins? So it came to 1, 2, 3. Where's the 5th appearance? Oh, this one. So it came to the first 3 wins, but then every time after that it came, it was actually part of a loss.
Yeah, 3 and 2.
Yeah,
all good.
But on a team like this, so there's a lot of other mons taking kills.
Yeah, exactly.
So
It's not the all-star here for sure.
The Terra Keldeo, who was, I think, 2nd for Terra KO leaders. Yeah. So.
Okay, to bang a couple more of these out, the survivors is kind of fun. We actually see that Coco and Treads from Gensuzu both came to every single game and survived half of them. So four survives here with the most games brought.
Remind me how this is calculated, like who gets first, because obviously, like if you come to 1 game and don't faint, you're not going to be first place, even though you're
right. So
undefeated.
it's basically the number of games, or the number of times that you came to a game and didn't faint is like a point.
Okay.
And the tiebreaker is number of games.
Got it.
So something that's 4-0.
We have like the people who came to all 8 games are both showing here.
Yeah. So something that's 4-0, for example, came to 4 games and never fainted, would be 3rd place in this scenario. Because Coco and Treads are both +4 as well, but came to more games. Yeah, we wanted to highlight the Pokemon that were more integral and were completely like part of the team's wins more consistently, as opposed to something that made like 3 appearances.
Yeah, I think
ending up in 4th or 8th or whatever here.
I will say Gensuzu's Drifblim coming to 5 games as a low tier mon and only fainting once.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Pretty good.
And I'm also surprised about Matt's Slowking Galar. I feel like it's a mon that he uses.
Yeah.
It always comes to Matt's games. Like, as we've seen, it's come to all 7.
Oh, wait.
No,
yeah,
he hasn't played this
game
week yet.
Yeah,
it's come every week. Yeah, and the fact that it's stayed alive for 4 of them is actually pretty surprising. They might have been commanding wins, considering the fact that his differential is very high. I feel like Slowking was a very contributing factor.
Yeah. Well, and with a regen mon too, I feel like it's easier for it to just kind of end up alive in a win, where it's unlike other mons where it's like they get chipped down so much that they just become a sack later, because like it's never going to come in and survive something. Glowking can pretty much always come back in and survive something unless there's like a bunch of hazards on the ground.
And often when it
you
dies,
keep him around for that in ways that you might not for others. Yeah. So
funny enough, that's exactly what happened too. Well, maybe not exactly, but it has 4 survives and there's 4 wins for Matt. So coincidence?
Glowking also has 0 KOs.
Yeah.
It actually just comes in, takes hits, and leaves.
It was alive for all 4 wins.
Well, there you go. Well, I guess that had to be true because it couldn't be alive for a loss.
No, but it could have. Oh yeah. With the context of that, there's 4 wins. I was gonna say it's possible that he could win a game where it didn't survive, but not if he has 3 losses that it also came to.
So I'm really interested in this race for sure.
Like actual stats.
There's 10, 11 people who are still in this playoff race, all the way down to Dicey Rice, and anybody from Afonso down, like from 5th to 11th, are all fighting for those last 4 spots. So 3 of them, unfortunately, are going to have to go home sad, and
I don't think they're leaving their house for these games.
True, or maybe they'll be happy. Who knows? Maybe Jordan doesn't play in play. I wouldn't blame him.
The Spire 2 just came out.
Exactly. He's been on the grind.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. I haven't played the first one, but my brother really likes it. I'm assuming he's playing the second one because he took off work.
Wow, crazy.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, I think that's a good time to get into hustle now. Yep.
So we have another undefeated player who has not played game 8 yet.
Yes,
Might
but
not
taking a
remain
look at their
undefeated.
schedule, they're playing against Ryan, who
is
might not be
technically
eliminated.
It's hard to say.
They would have to sneak in as like the bottom seed.
Oh, actually, yeah, because Fennec hasn't played yet.
Yeah, no, without looking at the exact matchups, because Ryan could also pass anybody who's 4-3 if their diff
we know that Ryan's not playing any of them, so because Ryan's playing Panda.
Yeah. Actually,
play?
Okay, actually Ryan could only pass up to 7th. He could tie Dorky with, if Dorky gets 6-0'd and Ryan 6-0s, they would be tied.
So Fennec plays Polar Palace, who's who's actually the only 3 and 4 player that's behind Ryan currently.
Oh, right, that would swap. Yeah, that's right.
So a Fennec loss to another 3-4 player doesn't change anything if Ryan also wins with a better diff.
Well, a Fennec loss would make Fennec 3-5.
Right. I'm saying that like if we're looking at matches between the 3 and 5 or 3 and 4 players, the fact that Fennec is playing the 1, 3, and 4 player who's below Ryan means that that's actually still a good outcome for Polar Palace winning, because it like clears up this spot. But then get out of your Swamper. Polar Palace winning doesn't necessarily mean that he passes a Ryan who also wins, right? Because he has the better diff. And then I just want to see Dre, Tylord, Citric Sage. So who are they all playing? If any of them play each other, then I think it becomes harder for Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan needs the 4-3s to lose to people who aren't in the race.
Yeah, so Tylord is playing someone out of that race. Citric is playing. I can't remember if Dorky was in it. I don't think he is.
Dorky is in the race.
But is Dorky one of the 3-4? Oh, he's
no, he's 4-3, but he has the lowest diff.
Yeah.
So he's the most likely out of them to get axed if he loses.
Right. But it looks like none of the 3-4 players are playing each other except for the top and the bottom one.
That is actually a pretty good scenario for Ryan, but also that's actually just a good scenario for all of the 3-4s, because it means if they win, they just put themselves, like, it's completely based on how they do. Like, sorry, it's not.
Well, not completely.
You have to totally hope for everybody else to lose. Yeah. But you doing well can still really heavily affect you. Like, the more people who are in the race who are fighting each other, the fewer spots that there are ahead of you.
Yeah, because it doesn't, because everyone can't lose.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they could forfeit.
They could double forfeit.
Could happen, technically.
Yeah. Well,
we're assuming that it's not.
Yeah. Who was the other one? I saw Drywick. I wanted to see who he was playing. Eager, who's 0-7.
Yeah, Eager is out.
It might be a tough expectation for Drake to lose his game, depending on how that goes.
Yeah, that doesn't. I mean, anybody playing Eager is good for them, but bad for like the rest of everybody else. So like, I actually think that on average, everybody who's fighting for a spot would hope that everybody is playing people like Glum and KFP.
Yeah.
But there's only 2 of them. Like, with how tight this race is, which is crazy to me. Everybody from 3rd to 13th. There are 10 people, or is that 11? I don't know.
From what are you looking at? The 4 3s or specifically?
There's literally 11. Yeah, 11 people fighting for this spot.
Yeah.
Penziska might be safe with this.
I think Penziska is safe with +10.
Well, because getting 6-0'd would put them to +4, and it means that
can be beat by Drake if Drake goes 4-4 plus more than 2.
But that's it. I actually think they're safe. Because Hamburger could pass. All the 4-3s could pass, and Drake could pass.
Fennec could also pass.
Oh, sorry, and Fennec could pass. Yeah, you're right. You're
like
right.
there is one spot right now of a player who can pass Panziska that is below the playoff cutoff. So technically not safe yet, but very likely safe.
Yeah. So yeah, you still play for a win here.
Yeah, because
if you Panziska happen to hide some of your tech and get decent diff, that's actually not a bad spot for you too.
Yeah, if Panziska ends up, let's say, like worst case scenario, 4/4 plus 4, you're still holding this spot over, like, I don't know, like Ryan can't get above that, right, with a 4/4. It's like you're still in better shape than the other people fighting for that spot. The only way I think that you lose this spot is if everyone here wins their games, which I don't think they're playing each other, including Droid. Like if all of these guys win their games, that's what you don't want, and you lose, because unless like Hamburger's playing Martin, which he is. Okay, I was gonna say that's like the one matchup that he check. So this is like the one matchup that actually kind of makes Panziska
and Dorky
safe.
is playing Citric as well.
Yeah, but I'm talking just like if we're just looking at these guys as like the block that could pass Panziska with, like, if everyone wins, we wouldn't be counting Citric in that.
There's also Tylord
Citric
Mudkip.
isn't in if everyone wins.
Yeah, Tylord Mudkip though is interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting, but I'm saying if Mudkip wins, like, it doesn't change anything for Tylord passing Panziska, because it's like it wasn't gonna make a difference anyway.
Yeah, you're right.
The only way that it matters, but then now I'm wondering, so if Hamburger's playing Martin, you don't want Hamburger to lose, because 4/4 plus 4 could still be better than, or no. Now actually,
they could both end 4/4 plus 4.
Yeah, we're like best case on a loss for Hamburger would be plus 4 at the end. Worst case for Panziska is plus 4. So that would actually depend on strength of schedule, which is exactly tied.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, we're gonna have to bring out the coin.
Well, no, it'll change.
It's okay. It's okay. There are other tiebreakers. It's all good. If we ever get to the actual coin toss, I don't know what I would do. Probably toss a coin.
For that to matter, Panziska has to get 6-0'd, and Hamburger has to win. Or no, Panziska has to lose -1.
So, Lizzie, I know that you usually play in Hustle, and despite the fact that a lot of these players are new, like, for example, Tylord is new, Citric is new, Ryan, Polar, Ronan, a lot of these players are new. What do you think about, from your experience in Hustle, about the current playoff picture?
The current playoff picture is chaos, and I'm all for it. I do think it's cool that all our returning players are in the active playoff spots.
True, actually, I didn't even notice that.
Go NBA. Our new players in Hustle are fighting to sneak into those bottom spots, which is exciting to see. And honestly, in terms of the race up top here in Hustle, I'm not all that surprised. We see a lot of like common names at the top of our leaderboards here. Like Panziska had an 8-0 season in Swarm last season to promote, and now she's in the position to be top 3 in Swarm. Glumly is glowing up, and we already hold him in pretty high regard as well, and he's having a crazy season.
Yeah, and he also tried a Terra Walrein sweep one time, so
I saw that. Fennec Masters returning to form, and while her record isn't the best, she's got great diff. She's got crazy diff.
3-4.
Yeah, the diff is crazy. Like, it could actually happen where all of the 3/4s lose, And Fennec still makes it into playoffs, by the way.
Yeah, with a better diff than Dorky. It's also cool to see Dorky back after his hiatus and still keeping up in a higher division than he last played.
Yeah, I was actually surprised to see the Dorky application when it came in, but no, he's been great, and I think he's been kind of unlucky in some of his losses, where like he just kind of loses an extra diff here or there, which hasn't been great for his standings. But no, it's been great to have him back, and yeah, like you said, it's awesome that he's back in form.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like the diff problem still isn't quite resolved, being 4-3
Yeah.
-4.
Yeah, tough. But you're right. I actually didn't notice that a lot of there's actually no new players in a playoff spot right now in Hustle. Drightwake, who premiered last season, is the closest. But Kung Fu Panda also premiered here or debuted here last season. But Tylord, Citric, Ryan, Polar, and Ronan are all new here. It does kind of sting to see Luke and Eager this low. I'm not surprised that Eager is this low when he's trying his gimmick team and he's going into battle with green themes. But
wait, was it green themes? I thought he had the 10-point team.
No,
he does have a 10-point team.
Last week he made an alt account called NFE as a green tier and only bought green mons.
All of the shiny Pokemon were green. He
I
only
was gonna
brought
say
green
Beedrill's
items.
not green, but shiny is.
Shiny Beedrill is green. Shiny Bronzong is green.
Noivern.
Shiny Noivern, Shiny Seismitoad, they're all green. He only brought green items.
What does that constitute?
What, a green theme?
No, green items.
He had a Bug Gem. He had a Light Clay.
Light Clay.
Rindo Berry.
Yeah, I was trying to think of the berries that are green. Yeah, Rindo. Rindo, which is good for Seismitoad.
Yeah, exactly. Let me I'm just gonna double check here. I'll just look at the show team.
Yeah, what are their green items are there?
Oops. So yeah, Meadow Plate Sinistcha, Bug Gem Noivern, Aguavberry Seismitoad, Lumberry Bronzong, Loaded Dice Zygarde.
Wait, Metal Plate's green?
Yeah. Meadow Plate.
Oh, Meadow. I see.
Yeah, Metal Plate is not an item.
I was thinking it was like the steel version.
Yeah. Or is it called Metal Plate? There's Metal Coat. What's the steel plate called?
That might be what I'm thinking of.
Steel plate.
Maybe.
There has to be a steel plate. I thought RC said every type.
Yeah, there's a steel plate. I just don't know what it's called. It's called Iron Plate.
Iron Plate.
Yeah.
Which is metal. So it's steel.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, we want to look at these leaderboards then.
Yeah.
This was not the diff.
Any standout strength of schedule? It looks like everything.
Yeah.
All the diff now is between
Swarm had the
0.4 and
crazy one.
0.5 or in 0.6, so that's good. Yes,
Yeah,
I
Iron
think
Plate.
Swarm and Truant are crazy. Mega Garchomp is going crazy mode here.
I know some of us are
damn,
Mega
17.
Garchomp believers too. So
Big Mega Garchomp believer here. That's me, the Mega Garchomp believer.
So I
Yeah,
bet
you
you've
love
been
Mega.
fired up to see
Your boys
Dudley
have been
play
kind of
today.
popping off.
Yeah, of course.
You got your Terrakelio and your Mega Garchomp. Those are your boys that you're always hyping up.
Am I always hyping up Terrakeldeo?
Well, like compared to how it normally performs, and people would look at it and be like, why is he
True.
defending that?
Something that's crazy though is Glum has the top non-Terra KO leader and the third place Terra KO leader.
Yeah, he has 29 KOs between those two.
That's
Pokemon.
insanity, man.
That's more KOs than I get in a season.
Well, you know, it's also crazy that Kung Fu Panda has 2 back-to-back non-Terra KO leaders and does not appear on the Terra KO leaderboard.
Yeah, Valiant
despite being
and
7-0.
Kartana. True. That's crazy. I'm gonna take a look. What are Kung Fu Panda's Terras again?
Hydrapple
Hydrapple.
and Garbodor. Hydrapple and...
That's why, because Hydrapple's not picking up kills.
Yeah.
I mean, not a lot of kills. It has 4. It's like it's 2 KOs out of the list. Yeah,
Let's see what else we have here. We see the Cinderace. I mean, Cinderace is good, but it's kind of hard to expect it to get 13 KOs in a season.
Yeah. You usually expect it to kind of be there as more of the threat of sweeping, but then a lot of times it doesn't actually have to because you've kind of whittled the team down with the threat of him killing them.
Yeah, it is kind of just a merchant, like a speed merchant, and it will kill things faster than it. Kind of in the same way that we were talking about Hisui and Samurott. Like if you just run Scarf all the time, you'll just kill things that you're faster than a lot of the time, just because you're like just barely strong enough to kill.
And you do get stab anytime that you use like U-turner.
Yeah, and your stab is just so spammable. Literally every move you click is stab. So
yeah.
We do see a non-fraud bundle up here though, and I don't think we've seen that many strong iron bundles in the past.
I'm not surprised to see bundle at the top of a KO leader. It's just I know it probably wasn't fun to get there.
Yeah, probably.
Depending on how many of those KOs.
Yeah.
I think he's fun. I hate relying on him to win a game when it's, well, Hydro Pump kills him. It's like theoretically,
what's your mistake? You're
sweeps.
Trying to win.
Yeah, true. But that's the thing. It's like I'm not surprised that like odds say that he should be getting a lot of KOs if you're clicking Hydro Pump and hitting it 80% of the time.
Yeah.
But it's just, I hesitate to actually make him the win con, and I try to get there without him needing to be it, but then still always being a threat. Actually, kind of like Cinderace, where it's like he exists as a threat, and sometimes he's not even the one picking up the kills. But the fact that the mon got whittled down is because they were swapping around trying to preserve their bundle counter. So...
Yeah, well, exactly, yeah, true.
So
there's a couple of things that surprised me here. There's Manaphy on our KO leaders, which I don't think we've seen before. Maybe there was a season where when we still allowed it as a Terra captain.
I was gonna say, I think it was at the top of a Terra.
Oh, I'm sure as a Terra captain. Yeah.
I don't remember it really topping the leaderboard, but I remember Max used it as a Terra captain, and who else? Oh, what was his name? Chris something?
Chris Reed?
Might have been Chris Reed when he played here that one time, and he had the Coco Mega Chomp team. I think he had Terra Manaphy then.
I thought Lee had Terra Manaphy at one point, but maybe that's wrong.
I don't think I've ever drafted it.
Oh, so you thought this was all just a bit? And we're actually saying that Lee's Terra Manaphy was at the top of the leaderboard.
No, I'm like I don't know. I don't remember it doing well. I just vaguely recall like having to prep for Terra Manaphy, and I thought it was Lee, but I guess it wasn't.
Yeah. But yeah, it's cool to see that there.
I'm thinking of your other tail
get too much use
when you had your circuitry.
Cool mon.
Yeah. I we also for Tailglow against you.
Tailglow is good. Yeah. We also see Terra Hoopa Unbound here. And there's been, I know that Zap has been, Zap has been the biggest believer in Terra Hoopa Unbound here. And it's finally putting work. I mean, it was putting work in All-Star as well, and it was on the top 10. But like plus 50 or 15 KOs is definitely crazy, and it would be second overall, second to Garchomp.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just done way more work here. This Cresselia is not a surprise, really. It got a couple really good sweeps off with just like Terra plus Combine.
What I'm surprised
the
is
kind
the
of
diff.
expected set.
It's only
exactly.
Twice.
Yeah, only 2 faints in the whole season.
Like you expect this to be a Healing Wish merchant.
I mean, Terra Crest is just a totally different beast.
It is, but it
has the utility, but it's kind of a waste of a slot. It is still good, you're right. And it could just be like a poison switch in on the fighting types.
Let me actually see what the rest of the team is. I guess there's not really a ton of value. Like you don't really have a setup sweeper or something that gives like you can give it a Gyapdos who's been chipped down and statused.
I think we did actually see a bulk up Zapdos pop off. I don't remember if it
Yeah.
was this one.
But I'm saying if you're gonna pass a Healing Wish to something, like I would think that Gyarados would kind of be the only thing that gives you more value than just the offensive Cresselia.
Yeah.
Compared to like
Yeah,
a
probably.
Melmetal, where it's like obviously like your best value is just resetting the Melmetal's health and letting him start over in a trick room.
Yeah.
And I guess that's probably what I'm used to seeing whenever Metro drafts Terra, Cresselia, and Melmetal. But
And one more thing that I've been
strike.
surprised
This was not
with.
a trade. The trade was
sorry.
Azzy who picked it up. In the other.
Oh.
No, Glumley first picked this complex band.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was gonna say. Like, so this one's been here the whole time.
Yeah. Azzy's in the other division.
I know. I was saying that I remember that Azzy picked up this Mon as a Terra captain like late into the season, and obviously it wasn't on the KO leaderboard. But so I was just comparing it to that. Where it's like this one's been here the whole season, so
it's been great.
Yeah.
Something that wasn't though was this Terra Barraskewda, and this was the last thing that like super surprised me here.
Oh wow!
I think it was just picked up near the end of the
Luke
season.
Picked it up
this was a late pickup
after week 4. He did.
I mean,
Luke
this
made
thing had to sweep, right?
Pivot to Rain.
Yeah, as is typical NBA fashion.
I'm
and then
betting you is this game that it probably just 6-0'd or something.
Yeah,
I think it picked up like 2 last week where he didn't even bring.
Yeah, he didn't have Pelipper.
Didn't bring Rain. Yeah.
And I think it picked up 1 or 2 in that week.
Yeah, I mean it's been good. I
win.
think we can see what like Terra fighting on it, like Terra fighting CC flip turn. I think is pretty strong.
Or even just Terra Water and just double down.
Yeah,
not as necessary when you have the Swampert, Mega Swampert, who's like already going to be hitting things hard with water.
Yeah, just kind of cosplaying like Terra Keldeo though. I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, hard to go wrong with it. It's like it's so fast. People forget this thing does not need Swift Swim. By the way, it is ridiculously fast. At what 135 or something along those lines.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, if you're facing it on Rain, like you have to use priority, or else you're not outspeeding it.
136.
136. Yeah.
Or
so
you like para it or something.
It's like. Mega Lop is 135, right? And it can't hold an item?
Yeah.
Like, Barraskewda is very quick, and people underestimate it.
I think the issue is that it has trouble, like, muscling through things if it's, like, not banned.
Yeah, but just give it a band.
Give it a band, but then also it's like, if you're only
like
using
a rainy day
water stab, then it's like, I think things are still fat enough for it. Like, check out what that does to bulky Mega Venusaur. Like, banded in Rain, still doing, like, 20%.
Is that true? Should I fact check this?
Maybe. I know I've, like, hard walled this thing on... I don't know if it was... I don't think it was Terra, but, like, in Rain with band, like... Because what's his strongest move? Is Liquidation, right? Or I guess it gets Wave Crash now, does it? Or does it not get Wave Crash? It might not get Wave Crash.
Let me double check. I'm not.
But if it does get Wave Crash, it's like the angle of like, okay, well now you're just killing yourself if I don't get 2-hit KO'd by this, and you know.
If it gets Wave Crash, it's a 2-hit KO in Rain.
Yeah.
It does not. It has Liquidation.
Okay. It's just Liquidation. That's what I thought.
Bozo.
Yeah. So that's like a
37.9 to 44.7.
Damn.
What is it?
37.9 to 44.7.
And that's like a max defense HP.
That's max HP, max defense, Mega Venusaur and Rain.
Yeah.
I think the more relevant calc is that Flip Turn does 26 to 31.
Yeah, that's also honestly what makes it as like super strong, is that it just does so much with a pivot.
Yeah. Now it does start to chip itself down with like hazards, but
yeah.
If it high rolls the first Liquidation and gets a defense drop, it's a guaranteed 2-hit.
Well, but then what if Venusaur's clicking Giga Drain though?
Well, Venusaur switched in.
Oh yeah, if it switches in on it.
Anyway.
Yeah. We can take a look at some of the other leaderboards here.
Oh yeah, here's the tier ones. We have some repeats like the regular. Actually, interesting to note, the KO leaders for both categories are both high tiers and not top tiers. Now, not surprised with Terra because there aren't that many top tier Terra Captain's legal, but for megas, like we have Mega
Yeah,
Mama,
and
Mega Gallade that are.
well, look at the high tier. All 5 of these high tiers are on the leaderboard somewhere, and
I think that's also true of the
um,
top tiers.
and there's only 2 top tiers on. Sorry, 3. Oh, 4. Nope. Okay, all 5.
Yeah,
Never
Kieran's
mind.
on there. Yeah.
Yep. Never mind. I just didn't see Mawile, and I'm like, oh, that means
yeah,
only
that's
2
right.
of them are there.
True.
Yeah, I have that problem where I look at a tier list and I
can't
don't
read.
ever look at Mega Mall. I
Oh,
don't
you just
consider
block
it.
out.
I hate that mon, but it's done some work and
Wow.
I can understand that. I think it put in good work for maybe it was even Hamburger recently, or maybe it was Lethal.
I think it's a hard mon to use. You have to be good at positioning to use it, which is true
Yeah,
of
harder
any
than it
breaker like that.
seems.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Like
it
you look at
looks
the
like
set,
it's
and you're
kind
like,
of
oh, it
brain
just
dead,
kills
but
things. Yeah, but
yeah.
it's just hard to get in. Like you need a good slow pivot, or else it's like you're taking a lot of unnecessary chip.
Yeah. Looking at the mega leaders here, it's mostly things that you would
saw.
expect again.
These are
Right,
all
the Mega
Mega
Garchomp is
Lord.
up there. I wouldn't expect them all
Or no,
while at
Mop
least,
is-
but
I'm not surprised. I mean, like look at the drop off from 17 to
yeah.
9. I'm not surprised Mega Mile got 9. Then
Just scroll over
Mega...
just a little. You're a little off screen there.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm not surprised that Mega Mawile got 9 KOs. I'm surprised there's nothing between 17 and 9 from
Yeah,
Lop
actually,
or
there's
Gallade.
it's like no chill.
Yeah.
Was this Mega Gyarados a mid-season pickup?
I don't
Remember.
know.
I'll double check.
I feel like I would have
Is
popped
that
off if it
Yorkie?
was drafted because I love that mon.
Yeah.
It does not show up until. Oh wait, no, that can't be right.
He picked it up week 4.
Yep.
He picked it.
How does it
He
only
put the
have
trade
2
in week 4, so he
games?
got it on week 5.
Oh, it's +4 diff because it fainted once and has 5 guys, so it only came to 2 games and it died in one of them. Yeah, it was the last 2 weeks. So actually, those 5 KOs probably came from this 5-0.
And this Altaria actually did worse than the last one we were talking about too.
Oh, really?
Just slightly by 1 diff.
Yeah. On a winning team though.
Mega Scizor, it's always a surprise to see it in the losers, and it was a loser Division 2. Diancie, usually we wouldn't see it -4 diff though.
That just tells me that it's very like just defensive and lead. Like get hazards up or call out the magic bounce on someone else's hazards and swap in on it.
Yeah.
But then
Or maybe
die,
just getting
like-
cheesed by like Shuka berries.
Yeah.
Some maybe
Eel
a Roselli
Wing Mega
berry.
Pidgeot.
Yeah,
with
exactly.
16 attack investment. I forget what the
So
calc
that's
is,
a
but
calc you memorized.
it was.
Yeah.
I remember having to prep for it, and I don't remember what the actual EVs that it needed were, but it was something really like just enough that you couldn't run a minus attack nature, but still only had to invest like 16 EVs.
Yeah, well, that's just the problem with Mega Diancie, right? And like 4x offensive megas.
that can't hold a berry.
You just
either.
can't. Yeah, you can't run an item for it. You can't bury it. You can't out scarf them. So
Right.
you're prone to getting like scarf cheesed by like a smart strike or whatever, like a metal claw.
Or just a faster mega.
Yeah. And then yeah, Mega Pert down at the bottom of megas.
Which he just got picked up.
Yeah.
He's only -2. He just hasn't.
For
gotten
support
any
though,
goes.
this Mesprit is this a Terra Mesprit? It is not a Terra Mesprit.
Was
I
it
didn't think
at
so.
any point?
I don't believe so because he also has
Oh, he has the Hydrapple
Hydrapple.
Garbodor.
He has the
There's
Hydrapple
no
team.
way that he ever had Mesprit. Yeah.
we see
then-
Crobat though. Oh wait,
Yeah. Support.
what is this? Oh, it's support KO leader. That's right.
Oh,
Because I'm
was
looking
this
at how it's
the-
-1 diff, but yeah, it does have 4
Yeah.
KOs. So
Is this the
that means
one
that
where
it
we were
came a
saying
lot.
that it's like it was like kind of had to come so much because it was speed control?
Yeah, I think this is the exact team.
Yeah, because that makes sense why it's -1, even though it has 4
Yeah, it had to
KOs.
come a
It means
lot,
that
and it had
came
really
to,
big
like,
shoes
every
to fill.
game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, are there 2 forfeits? Or
Yeah.
these- So did Crobat come to? It did. It did. Every game except one that it could have come to at 5 games, just because the forfeits don't count.
Huh.
It only did not come to 1 game, and it has died in every game that it came to.
Rip Bozo. Or Crozo, I guess.
Crows, yeah, Rip Crows.
Yeah. Okay, we do see another Jirachi down at the bottom of support KOs.
Even worse,
I think that's starting to become a theme. There's 2 Rotoms here, though, which is
yeah, it's
interesting.
actually 1 diff worse. 1 more death.
Unsurprisingly,
Noivern.
the
Oh, it's
Noivern,
Eager's team,
hello?
though. It's Eager's team.
Why is Noivern a support, first of all?
Defog. I guarantee you, defog was just one of the prerequisites. And then that.
Who made this list? Are they
Mhm.
dumb?
I mean, it wasn't me. I actually don't know who made it. But that, like, that's my guess. Is that
Okay.
defog is the thing that makes Dismon and Drifblim. I bet Zapdos would be on.
Taunt U-turn merchant.
The support boom burst to kill
Yeah.
your teammate in doubles.
Well, it's -4, so owned.
Owned.
Okay.
It is a support
I'm not
mon. Yeah, I mean,
surprised
it doesn't have
see-
any KOs. How could it not be a support mon?
Yeah. I'm not surprised to see
Double
the
Rotoms!
Terra Crest here. At
yeah.
obviously 13 and 2. It
Yeah.
just super popped off. Next up though is the Petrunt, which
Petrunt.
again, like Petrunt with plot is a serious threat.
It'll get credit for the toxic kills though too.
Yeah. Now Slowbro
Not always.
Slowbro is 5 and 4, and I'm actually surprised that it got
Well,
so
if the
many
toxic
KOs.
kills, it gets credit.
No, it has
Yeah,
to be in
well,
front of it anyway.
if it's in, yeah.
Oh, really? Is it not the same as
Yeah.
hazards?
Nope.
I mean, it's fat.
Yeah.
There's a good chance it is.
Yeah.
in when the thing
Yeah,
dies. to
there is a
toxic
good
anyway.
chance. Yeah. Nothing else is. I do think that Slowbro is a little surprising here
That's
on
a
the
lot of
defensive
kills.
KOs. Yeah,
For a
but
Slowbro.
nothing else here is majorly surprising. There is Skarmory with 0-5, which
Yeah,
is like usually at least it would get like a hazard kill or a body press kill.
That's
or something.
true. Yeah, the hazards. But again,
Zero
it's a
kills is
winning
kinda
team.
crazy.
It's a winning team, so clearly it's like it's just chipping
Yeah,
things
something
down
else
for
was getting
something
them.
else to come in and get the kill.
Yeah.
Especially because Skarmory, I feel like a lot of times just doesn't even have room to like run a real attack. Like there are times
True.
when you might just literally be
Yeah.
rocks, spikes, roost, and like I don't know something fake.
You gotta
Like,
have an
Brave Bird-
attack though,
like
man.
Brave
Like
Bird or
at that
Body Press,
point,
I guess.
at that point, just drop spikes and run, or like run rocks or on something else. Like I feel like you need.
Yeah. But on like a defog
okay,
set where it
there's-
also needs to have roost and might also want to at least be using one set of hazards, even though you don't want to defog your own hazards. But
So it looks like there's only 4 NFEs that
four
were even
total, yeah.
drafted.
just in a
Yeah,
different
so
order.
not too much to talk about here because
We
Cutie
could
Fly and
probably
Chargerbug literally never
rework
came.
this block to be something else.
You're
every time
probably
it's just, like,
right.
the least
Yeah.
interesting thing.
Yeah. Bisharp is not doing well though. It's surprising to see the stuff like Porygon 2
Yeah.
and Chansey aren't drafted because those are kind of the big Eviolite mons.
Actually,
But Ursaring, I'm a big fan.
I bet you these mons didn't come to a game, right? Unless
I
that's a Terra
doubt it.
Charger bug, did it come to a game?
I don't think they came.
Which is funny. Like you would think that Bisharp is like one of the best NFE mons, and it's like, nope, he's dead last behind
Yeah.
Charger Bug and Cutie Fly. by
Nope,
doing
he's on
absolutely
Eager
nothing.
99's team, so
Yeah, that's true. That's a death sentence.
Yeah.
Ursaring, not surprising. Is it the Terra Ursaring?
could be. I wouldn't be surprised. That's
I
Fenix,
think
right?
It is. Yeah.
It is
Yeah,
Terra.
it is. It is. It's with Blastoise.
Yeah. It looks like according to the weather KOs, rain sucks. Unless you're Barraskewda, which got KOs off
Wow.
of rain. Hey man, gouge.
The weather,
The 1 in
the
6
rain
gouge is
team
pretty
that
crazy.
lost has been a rain team for 2 weeks. Most
Yep,
of these
that
mods
means
have
it
one
sucks.
death.
This is also Rainless Kingdra, by the way.
Oh, true. On Eager's team.
Yeah.
That's like a double death sentence.
Yeah.
Gouging fire
But
being
Sun
that
is
bad.
looking good. I mean, Drite is making
Not
the
for
Tusk
gouging
Zard
fire.
go off. Yeah, not for gouge. This poor gouge is -5 diff with only 1 KO. That's pretty
That's
tough.
crazy.
Big yawn.
Yeah.
Bro is sleepy. Survivors are pretty good though. So we actually see that Urshi is better than the top survivor in All Stars with only 3 feints with 5 survives technically.
Oh, 5. Yeah.
Kartana and
Yeah,
Darkrai
Urshi.
also with 5 survives. This Slowbro would have tied the All Star leader with 8 games, 4 feints.
Was no, never mind. Gloking didn't have any KOs. That's why I was down there. That's like the regen mons making some appearances.
Yeah, well, Gloking in All Star was 7-3, I believe. 7 games, 3 feints, which would have also been on this leaderboard.
Oh, it is. I was looking at the defensive KO losers. That's why. Yeah. So
Yeah, it didn't get KOs, but it did survive.
Yeah. Hamburger says Serp is also a support mon, apparently, which is true. It has defog.
Yeah, I think
It's a
Serp is a fairly decent
Without Terra,
support.
I think it is. Yeah, like with Terra banned, it's pretty support. You're just spreading paras and defogging.
Yeah, Glare is good, defog, taunt, leech seed kind of deal. I do think that the Leaf Storm sets that were common for so long have definitely fallen off.
It's just not strong enough.
Yeah, it just
There's
doesn't
too
cut
many
it. It has
things.
like, what,
There's
doesn't it
no
have like
coverage.
around 80 Spatak or something? It's like abysmal.
It's not good, yeah. And then you can also miss, and it's just there's so many things that quad resist that like literally +4 is like getting hit by a neutral thing of anything else.
Yeah. Well, a good player wouldn't miss.
True. All right, do you want to look at Swarm?
I do. Swarm is interesting, and I've had Royce update the final game.
Did this happen?
The game did happen. And Dave Grigger.
Oh, he's tied with Bears.
This is crazy. Dave Grigger just played. I forget who the opponent was. Oh, it was Hippie.
Hippie.
Who could, if Slingshot loses by -4, Hippie could take the crown based on strength of schedule.
I need to see the. Look at this strength of schedule difference here. This is the tiebreaker.
0.3. Oh wow! So yeah, Fairs has the SOS.
Yeah, that's why it's the tiebreaker right now.
Yeah.
I wonder, did they play each other? They didn't.
Okay. They did not.
That's not a tiebreaker though, right?
What?
Head to head.
No, it's not.
Yeah, because you don't play everyone.
Yeah. We don't really like that. Like some people could have a tiebreaker, and some people wouldn't have a tiebreaker. So
go to that. Yeah. I think it would feel bad if like you lost the strength of schedule tiebreaker, but like had the head to head over the person. But
yeah, right. You would almost think like, well, I beat this person.
Yeah, just for consistency though, like because you don't play everyone. I'm like, this was the division that had the really crazy strength of schedule though. Actually, Metro has the 0.7 strength of schedule.
Yeah, Metro. So she used to be
only
up at
played
like
the top people.
It was like 0.92 at one point.
It was like 0.9 approaching 1. Like it was crazy.
Yeah.
And still with 0.7 though at the end of the season, there is still 1 game to go, and it can it could go down. Who's Metro's opponent in the last week here?
It's Stella.
Okay, so it will be going down.
So wait a minute.
Out a bit.
Actually, if Metro wins this week, it brings her strength of schedule up. Or no, it brings her weight in strength of schedule for this week higher.
Yes,
right?
Yeah. Strength of schedule could still change because there's like everybody's SOS can change based on the results of their opponents.
Yeah.
And since there's, I mean, how many battles have been played? There's 1, 2. There's only been 2 games played, so the
Yeah.
SOS could get shaken up by
But
a fair amount still.
Just for reference, Davey beat Metro, and Fairs did not play Metro. So if Metro wins this week, that could actually have a huge impact on the playoff cutoff.
Yeah, anybody who's losing a strength of schedule tiebreaker who played anybody in the bottom wants the bottom players to win
Yeah,
all the time.
because they want their strength to get stronger. Unless it's like they both played them, that doesn't help.
Yeah, exactly.
So it'd have to be people who like didn't play. Which actually, hold on,
Yeah.
did Bears played Stella, and Davey did not. So yeah,
Oh,
so
interesting.
Stella
So-
losing and Metro winning, I think guaranteed
Could
flips
flip
that.
their could
Yeah.
flip the SOS completely.
Yeah, it could. I don't know if it'll have enough of an impact to be like
It's only
0.04. It very well
0.04.
could, but
I think for
definitely
two
Dave is
outcomes, I
on
think it
Metro's
could.
side. Yeah, it's in Dave's best interest for Metro to win every time.
Especially if it's an 0-7 player going to 1-7, like going from no wins to 1 win. I feel like that's a very significant difference in like how that person's calculated, right? Or is it all exactly the same?
No, it
It's
doesn't
all-
actually
it's all
work
1
that
point.
way.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like
I
percentage
wasn't
based.
well. I wasn't sure if it was like a divide by 0 sort of deal where it's like if they have
Yeah,
0
no,
wins, they
it's-
just like completely tank it. But then as soon as you get 1, it like completely changes the calculation.
No, it doesn't.
Who else? Okay, so who else hasn't played that's like it that could take any of these? Because keep in mind, this number 8 spot is still 3 and 5 minus 3.
Yeah. But
Like,
crazy
C2
enough,
could pass
there can never be
that.
a 4 and 4 player here. So the cutoff
Yeah.
is either going to be 5 and 3
It can't be 5 and
or
3.
3 and 5.
Nobody else can get 5 and 3.
Pabby and Garrett can be 5-3.
But that they can't go below 7th.
No, yeah, okay, true. So
The cutoff
yeah,
can't be 5
the
and
cutoff
3.
is just 3-5.
Yeah, but it's a negative
Yeah,
diff.
you're
So,
right.
so like if C2, well, the best C2 could get is 0. But
Which is
if
good.
C2, it is, yeah. But if C2 wins his game plus 4, then he actually passes for this 8th spot.
Yeah, I think the only one, the
And
only 2
Kemford
people
could
eliminated
as well.
here, Golden Mazda and Good Guy Greg.
Yeah, because they
Out of the
can't
2
get
5s.
up to minus 3.
Yeah,
That's what
exactly.
matters.
But yeah, Kemfruit with a +5 can win, but his strength
But
of
C2
schedule
also
is
has to win.
really low.
What's C2's opponent?
C2's SOS is 0.59 as well, so
Yeah,
has
I'm just
good
looking at
strength
who
of
they're
schedule.
playing.
Yeah. But C2 has good strength of schedule and only needs a +3 diff to tie Fairs and Dave. And they have the
They're
highest
both playing these players.
SOS. Oh yeah. Hmm.
Players who are locked in, right? Yeah, because you can't. There's a 0%. None of these players can miss playoffs.
Yeah, everybody from lethal up are all guaranteed 5 wins. So
Oh, lethal as well.
yeah, this last slot could go to. There's 4 people fighting over this last.
And 2 of them are
so-
fighting over other people in the bottom fighting each other.
Yeah, crazy. So this
How
might
does
be
Davey
a scenario
always end
where
up like this?
Yeah.
like every
this
season.
might be a scenario where people who want Metro to win, for example, might want to reach out to Metro. Hey, need any help with your prep this week?
Maybe I'll send her a message to help Davey out.
Whoa, that's third-party interference.
It is. So is this conversation that we're having on stream.
Yeah.
What else?
Okay, what else can we see here? We
What's on the
see
leaderboards?
Yes.
Actually, wait, Good Guy Greg has a higher strength schedule than Metro, by the way.
Wait, oh my god, I didn't even notice.
7-2.
That's crazy because he's beaten 2 of them as well.
It's like pretty much the same schedule as Metro, actually.
What's different?
Wins.
Yeah, but that shouldn't impact the
The wins that their opponent has?
I don't know what opponent's different though. Well, it's the fact that, well, no, you would think it's the opposite. I was gonna say is this that Metro hasn't played Stella yet, and Greg has.
Oh, but that would just bring
that would
Metros
be the
down.
opposite. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know who else. I didn't compare them directly. I don't know who else they have.
So
But-
Good Guy Greg plays How Falk and Pabby, whereas Metro plays
Well, Halfalk he hasn't played yet, so that shouldn't impact it.
Dave. Yeah, you're right.
But Pabby, did Metro not play Pabby?
It's hard to eyeball, honestly.
Yeah, because they're all in different spots. Like, yeah, Metro did not play Pabby, which that's probably the one that's making it.
Yeah,
whoever Metro
that's a
played
big
instead
contributor.
of Pabby. But anyway, let's look back at the leaderboards here. Let's look at some of these mounds. We got a Rillaboom. This is the Terra Rillaboom KO leader. This boy's been popping.
This
off.
Rillaboom is insane.
He has 1 KO or 1 death.
18-1 with a Terra Rillaboom. Drix is popping off with this thing. I know he's been ranting and raving about it, but it is doing so well, like unprecedentedly well.
Imagine not ranting and raving about it.
I know. Could not be us. It's done really, really well. Over in the non-Terra, we see a lot of setup threats.
We got Slingshot. Slingshot.
This Zapdos Galar, this is the Gyapdos that I was thinking of that that had a bulk up set, I'm pretty sure. And it did really well.
Probably makes sense with more KOs. The Slingshot is 7-0 with plus 26. I was going to say, because Slingshot has the top 2 non-Terra KOs and has 6th place in Terra KOs.
That's crazy.
Which means if we look at Slingshot's team, I bet nothing else has KOs.
36 KOs between those 3 Pokemon.
Which is actually true. We have 1, 1, 1, 2, 1 for everything.
Oh my god.
0, 0. Yeah, they're literally, it's just, this is the KO factory. And then
so
nothing else is getting
they're just finding good sets.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing else to say about it other than,
up, you know?
Yeah, they're just getting the correct set to knock down 6 Pokemon every time with one of those 3.
And Gyapdos is also a mon that you expect to like if Gyapdos fits well on a team, it's gonna have a ton of KOs. Even if it doesn't really feel like it's doing a lot, it's still usually the thing that's coming in and clicking the moves to clean up. And I think it's different from something like Bundle or Cinderace in that sense, where it's like Cinderace is like pretty consistent, but also Powerball is not 100% accurate. You don't necessarily want to, not that you don't want to rely on it, but it's one of those things where it's like it's never a guarantee when you're setting up a win condition with like a fast move like that. With Gyapdos, both of its stabs are 100% accurate. Obviously, they have different drawbacks, but it's the kind of thing where like you can literally just, once you've scouted the speed tiers and like figured out like who has what item, whatever, like are you outspeeding these things, you can do calcs that give you with 100% certainty, with 0 variance, that Gyapdos will clean up if you check certain boxes that you can't necessarily do with like Bundle or Cinderace, where it's like you could say, yeah, if he hits all of his moves, they clean up. But if the wrong mon comes out first and you have to click the slightly inaccurate move and you miss, suddenly the whole thing changes. That's just not a thing for Gyapdos.
Yeah, I don't think it's that big a deal usually, but like having inconsistent stabs is like a problem, but it's more so just that like it's more scarfable, more bandable, like it has better it gets more bang for its buck out of its items, whereas Cinderace, I feel like you're almost always going to be boots.
Yeah, it's over boots a lot.
Because you're a fast fire type U-turner.
Or if you're not running boots, you're getting chipped too much.
Yeah,
that you're dead to
exactly.
priority.
But then Gyapdos can just make really good use out of choice items. Like I said, we did see like a bulk up set do a lot of work for setup. Now, Cinderace can set up, sure, with like Swords Dance or bulk up as well. It's not as good. Because it's just not as bulky as Gyapdos, which has a little bit more bulk over it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think just spamming a Band of Brave is just gonna do so much more.
Yeah. But that's just it. It's like it's just so much more consistent, which is why I'm not surprised to see it at the top. Whereas like with Cinderace, it's like I wouldn't be terribly surprised to see it at the top, but I could also understand why it's not, if it's not.
Yeah.
Gyapdos is one where it's like if it's fitting in well, like it's cleaning up. It's the one finishing everything off in a way that other fast pivots aren't necessarily.
Yeah, I'd say usually Terrapagos does that as well too, and that's why
they're
we
on the
see it so
same
high.
team, so
Yeah. Which is crazy that they're. I don't think we've ever seen the top 2 KO leaders be from the same team. That's incredible levels of like
Wait.
selfishness.
Oh, Kung Fu he was 3 and 4. Yeah, okay, nobody else. I feel like we've seen
Now,
it before, but
Hippie
usually you
has
see
3.
it, and then they don't have Terra KO leaders. Like they're outside of Terra KO leaders, because it'd be
But
just like
Hippie has
2
3 Pokemon on
Terra
this
Melee.
leaderboard.
Yeah.
On the non-Terra leaderboard rather.
And one on the Terra.
Yeah, and the Ceruledge,
Oh,
which
here's the Ceruledge,
didn't live up
actually.
to the same Ceruledge hype as the other divisions.
I mean, it's +3. It's it didn't live up to the hype, but also like, here's where all the KOs went, right? Like the ones, it's less that it's unable to kill, and more like these things killed.
Yeah.
But
Hippie with the Latios, the Rotom Wash, and the Megalop. I'm never surprised to see a Lopunny or the Rotom is a surprise, but the Lop and the Latios never a surprise. We see a Samurott here again. This is, I think, the first Meowscarada we've seen.
Yeah.
I feel like other grass types have been taking Meowscarada spotlight recently with like Rillaboom, Hydrapple, Kartana.
Yeah, Meow's a weird one where it's like, it does have a consistent stab. That actually counters like setup too. The problem is that grass is just so much worse as that stab than having like fire or fighting or flying as your stab. That's a lot harder to just completely blank. And then obviously like knockoff loses strength after the first use on a certain mon and has no strength versus Mega.
Yeah, it's definitely not as much of a cleaner per se as like Cinderace, which kind of has the same role, and Lopunny, which I think
Lop I think is a little bit different because it also has like the fake out to like guarantee certain windows.
Yeah, but as in like fast pivot, physical attacker, breaker kind of deal. But Meow having like a Scarf, I think, is definitely like a Scarf option.
It doesn't have to run boots.
Yeah, doesn't have to. I do think the boots are still good on it, but
it's not like Cinderace.
But Scarf Meow is better than like Scarf Cinderace, for example. Yeah, and Lopunny can't compare with that because it has no item slot.
Yeah.
Okay, and we also see
it's crazy.
Yeah, we didn't mention the Zygarde. I don't think there's too much to talk about with Zygarde. It can run DD, it can run Coil, it can run Band, and you get a lot of value out of it. It's just a good like setup breaker. And so I think it's clear that it wasn't used as like a glove spam utility bot that I've seen some people use it as. Definitely claiming a lot of KOs here, specifically 13, and there's still another game for it to go. So,
are you surprised to see Ogerpon water here? I feel like
I don't think it's like as good as some of the other Pokemon below it necessarily. Like Meow and Latios and Samurott, I'd probably usually expect to be slightly higher, but I'm not surprised that it's like high.
Okay, I think that's like
just typical seasonal variants will show that sometimes it'll be high and sometimes lower.
That's kind of what I'm feeling too. I wasn't sure if I was like wrong thinking like, whoa,
this is probably
it is still a fast attacker. Like it's still
and it can set up an SD, it can Trailblaze, like it has a lot of options. It is Terraband now, at least before it was legal, which was maybe a little bit oppressive. But I'm not surprised to see it doing well. It's a good mon. Moving over to Terra again though, we did talk about the Rillaboom. This is crazy. Iron Hands,
Terra Hands isn't even doing bad. Like this is still like usually like a pretty respectable number here. It's just dwarfed by the Rillaboom.
Yeah, I know. It's just a diff of 9 between the two is insane.
That just means that Buddy went to games that were losses, right?
Yeah.
Or just traded. He's slow. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, Hands has been great, and I think we've come to expect a lot out of Terra Hands as well. And same with Terra Hydrapple. This one does have a lot more KOs than the others that we've seen so far. Terra Keldeo, not surprised. We've talked about it. The Mamoswine.
Wait, does it have more? I thought the other one was like 9. It's just that there's. Oh no, never mind. He was only 5.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Keldeo we've talked about before, but this Terra Mamoswine is kind of interesting to me. I don't remember seeing much of Terra Mamoswine. I remember that you coached Metro one time with like Terra Grass, Trailblaze.
That's, I think, like kind of the most creative you can get with it, aside from like at least offensively, whereas everything else is just like thick fat abuse.
Yeah. Now on Fair Team, he definitely did need a fire resist. Because he also went in on snow and got like backs and already had Mamo.
Yeah, I think we talked about the issue with this team when we were reviewing it, being the only ground type, being kind of tough to want to like Terra kind of the first turn it's out. Not necessarily the first turn it's out, but like if you're gonna use like the Trailblaze strat, it's like it kind of needs to be Terra Grass before it clicks Trailblaze if you want the full value, and you're not really going to be clicking it more than once that you're setting up. So I think it did end up kind of like limited in that scope, which I think maybe we see that in the fact that it got so many KOs, but also died so many times. It's like the most KOs or most deaths on the team.
Yeah,
it died it died in every single game it came to.
And I think it's just a factor. Oh, for some reason, Inteleon has 2 losses in that last game. I can fix that.
Wait, why is this one like slightly lower res?
I don't know. That might be a bug or something. I'll check it out in a minute. I think it's just a situation where they've got like 3 top tier offensive Pokemon, and then started to struggle. Like I know that there was a bunch of trades that were, but having the Chi-Yu, the Bax, and the Thundy was pretty tough for like the team. I think it put strains on the team, and he still needed a water and a steel, and said, Empoleon, go. You do everything that I need you to do. Surely you can do all of it. And then it couldn't really hold up to that standard, and
that's why I just bring 2 Inteleons to make up for.
True, that actually sounds pretty broken.
Yeah,
I'm gonna check that out right now. Yeah, could you guys take a look at some of maybe the bottom KOs? For example, what did you guys think of Blacephalon? While I change this.
Dude, we can't talk about Blacephalon without you. He's your favorite
Please do.
Pokemon. I want to mention this Terra Garg actually first, which we're going to get to Truant, which I think is where he popped off the most. But still 7 KOs with +3 diff, so it died 4 times. Usually I'm on that, like, it's weird because it's slow and bulky, but usually if it dies, it's like more of a recession indicator than a different Pokemon, because it's kind of also the sweeper in a lot of cases. So, I mean, it still got a lot of KOs, but I'm wondering where was Halfalk? He was in the bottom half? Yeah. 1 and 6. So, his 1 win, the Garg is still alive. I bet you that's where a lot of these KOs came from. It's not a Mon that trades well. You kind of have to keep it alive for it to keep that threat, and keep the leverage that it has, especially as a Terra Captain. The Terra Blacephalon, we watched a couple of replays of this Blacephalon.
Yeah, it had like Terra Psychic Psyshock one time, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's, I mean, we're at the bottom of the list here. This is kind of the list where it's like you start just getting like the Mons that are offensive and got a normal number of kills.
Did a couple things,
yeah. For a Terra Captain, I don't think 6 KOs is like anything super crazy. But it means it didn't flop, which is good because it only died twice. We briefly mentioned this Ceruledge. I don't think the fact that it's down here means anything when you have a 12 KO, 10 KO, 8 KO on your non-Terra.
Yeah, I think Hippie just didn't have to rely on it.
Yeah, which is good.
It never. They never.
There just weren't enough kills to go around for the starting Ceruledge.
Exactly.
Yeah. For the tiers, I don't think Terrapagos is a huge surprise. We kind of already talked about these ones.
Everything
These are
in the top
all
and the high tier we've
non-Terra.
looked at already.
Yeah, actually, all 5 of these are non-Terra. That's a little bit interesting, but
mid-tier Blissey KO leader. I gotta look at
Huh?
this. Yeah, who
Who
has
has
Blissey?
Garrett.
Yeah.
It's got 6.
What the hell?
What the heck?
This team is 5-2, by the way, and has a Terra Iron Hand. You're telling me that we couldn't find any kills for Ceruledge on Hippie's team, but with an Iron Hands getting 13 KOs and a Volcarona and a Nidoking, we somehow found room for Blissey to get 6 KOs.
Dude, Blissey has the same record as Mega Diancie.
Yeah.
Like verbatim. They both came to 5 games.
And a better record than Nidoking and Volcarona. But that's also coming to 2 more games.
Yeah, it's coming to 2 more games, so.
This was a really
Apples
weirdly
and
balanced
oranges.
team. I remember when we talked about where it's like it's so like spread out in the mid tier. It's a bunch of like Gen 1 and 2 mons that kind of got like power crept, but also not power crept. They're just like very specific in what they do. It's worked out. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't remember what we rated it, but
everything on the
worked out.
team, almost everything has come to 3 games.
Yeah,
as well,
like,
right?
Participated.
Like, Sableye is the only thing that's come to fewer.
And Iron Hands is the only thing that's come to every game, which you would expect as the Terra Captain too. Though actually, surprisingly, the other Terra Captain came to 6 games. So like they were bringing both Terra Captains to most games.
Yeah, this Appleton's not looking great diff-wise.
No, but I think we saw in one of the replays that it was like pretty bulky. It was doing a pretty good job.
I believe it was actually against the Terra Psychic.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Blacephalon game, that it was Terra Dark Appleton.
Oh, and wasn't there a time where it's like, well, why didn't it Terra before it clicked that move, and it kind of like could have gotten a second chance at life for like 1 extra turn?
Yeah, I don't remember.
I vaguely recall that. I forget who it was against. Like what mon specifically. It might have been against the Prim or something, where it's like, oh, if it Terra'd here, it could have like lasted 1 more turn against Ice or something. I don't even know. No, that wouldn't have made sense. Whatever. It's not important.
Yeah, whatever.
So yeah, that is kind of crazy though. And then we have the low tiers down here. I don't know how many.
Version Alola. Who's got that?
Let's see if it shows up over here. That's how I found Garrett. Don't see it anywhere else, so I don't know.
It's Hippies.
Is it a Terra Cap?
It is.
Okay. So it probably came to like 1 game then, because it's not.
It came to 2 games, and it's got 3 KOs.
Oh, holy.
So nothing better than 3
no
KOs in low tier, which isn't that bad, but interesting. I would think that like maybe the Clawitzer would have more than 3 though, if it was doing well.
I actually just didn't know that it was a captain, I'm not gonna lie.
What's the other captain on Hippie? Oh,
Ceruledge.
That's why. It's because it probably wasn't even appearing. Yeah, that's uninteresting mon to have in there, but not particularly surprising that it's a Terra Captain leading that.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Galissapod, Bellybolt, Camerupt, Clawitzer. These are like kind of borderline low tiers where they're all
like
pretty
that's what I was saying. I'm kind of surprised.
I'm a big fan of Mega Camerupt personally. I know it gets a lot of flack, but it's pretty good.
It's good. It's just that it's like it's the tax of like being your only Mega. Like you have to really like want to use it and not a different Mega.
Yeah.
And then because you also have to kind of.
I often find myself not wanting to use a Mega all the time, anyways. So it's never really an opportunity cost for me. And
yeah, no, which I think makes sense.
I think Riceman had double Mega one time with Camerupt and something else, maybe Slowbro.
Yeah, I remember it. I thought it was.
Or maybe that was Garchomp Slowbro. Somebody had.
I thought it was Siderius.
Oh, right.
I remember playing against it.
Camerupt Gallade.
We played it in the last game of the season when we were both locked for playoffs, and I remember that was the game where I brought the 4 Iron Balls, and he brought his like Trick Room double Mega.
Oh my god, that's right.
Yeah, he brought Trick Room Teleport Mega Gallade and Mega Camerupt.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
that was funny. No, you know what the issue with it is though is that I think that a lot of people who like feel obligated to draft a Mega and like don't budget the points for it end up with it, but then they don't actually facilitate it. Like it kind of needs to be facilitated, and then it's just like it either doesn't come to games, or They try to bring it to a game and it just gets outsped and killed, like because they didn't bring like Trick Room or anything for it.
Got to
That's
see
pro- that's
people
probably why
starting
we
to
don't
bring
see it as much.
the flame charge mega camera up.
How fast does it even get with Flame Charge?
Well, it doesn't boost its speed.
Oh, Sheer Force. Smart.
Oh, I see what
Well,
you
wait.
did there.
Wait. Flame Charge before Mega, though.
Oh my god, he's a genius.
And then you could have a whopping 100 speed after boost.
Get crazy. Doesn't quite work like that. Unless you mean literally 100.
I mean,
The
like
stat
100, like is the stat after the boost.
Oh my god, yeah, maybe.
I'm actually kind of curious. I want to look at the calc to see what +1 Mega Camera up speed.
I mean, if
stat
you're fully
is.
speed invested, it's probably more than you think.
Okay, yeah, if you're fully speed invested, but I'm talking like just a regular ass camera up set. Actually, funny enough, it's 60 speed if you're minus speed nature. This is like the default set.
Oh my
let's
god.
let's see for modest without speed investment, you get up to 67. Oh, that's
Sheesh.
also with 0
I'm doing the
IVs,
hands?
though.
Yeah.
So with IVs, it's 114 with 0 speed investment
Huh.
at +1. So
Well,
pretty
you were wrong.
close. With full speed investment and speed nature at +1, you can get up to 228 speed,
Sheesh.
which
That'll
for
outspeed
reference,
like base 60s.
base 60 is 156. So yeah, would actually be kind of annoying to prep for as if like a base 60 Fatmon and just not be like, oh, I don't have to speed creep the flame charge pre-mega flame charge camera with max speed timid. Surely.
Surely. Okay, taking a look at, let's look at some megas here, and we see, one big difference here is the Tyranitar, Mega Tyranitar C2.
Yeah, we haven't seen that on any of the.
We haven't seen
divisions.
any notice of
So
it. I don't
was it
think it's
even
even really
drafted?
drafted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
He hasn't been there in a while.
It's 5-3 for C2 here.
That's good.
It's come to 4 games.
And that's
It's
not
definitely been a
as
relevant
sand
part of the team.
Yeah, but this is like not a sand team. There's nobody else who benefits from sand, so it's like literally just a solo T-Tar.
Yep, solo
Probably better
T-Tar.
that way.
Yeah, I agree. It's better.
Yeah, for Mega.
This Diancie is doing a lot better than Hustle's Diancie.
Is it?
And the Lopunny's doing better than the other Lopunny, but both were.
Okay, yeah, that Diancie was doing pretty poorly. Still, the 6 KOs is not a ton. Like,
yeah,
it's still like
the same for the
not
Mega
even in the
Aggron though.
top
So
10.
this Aggron is definitely more of what we expect to see usually
yeah
out of Mega Aggron. Is like usually it can like set
Equal
rocks,
diff.
claim one, and die.
yeah. It's just
Not everybody
treated.
can get overmat level performances out of Aggron.
Yeah, he's been using it for a while.
But we see another Mega Altaria not doing too great, and another Mega Scizor. It's like bottoming out. Not a good look for Mega Scizor fans.
Poor
Which I feel like that's been I think that's been more of a trend lately. I feel like Mega Scizor has not been great.
I think it's probably because people just end up drafting it defensively. And then not really.
I mean, that's something that we criticized Mazda's team about at the beginning, right? As we were saying, I hope you like Defog Mega Scizor. Yep. And here you go, guys. This is Defog Mega Scizor. I don't know what else to say.
I think it's just the fact that like if you want a really good offensive Scizor, you just draft Terra Scizor. And so now
that could be,
Mega Scizor is kind of like more of the fallback of like just being really bulky. It's still a bulky attacker, but like unless your team is able to open things up for it, it is a physical attacker that gets absolutely crippled by Flame Body and Static.
Yeah.
And can't hold pads. You know, so it's just kind of like not reliable if you don't open stuff up for it and aren't investing offensively, which is a liability. I wanted to point out real quick though that like after I noticed with the Mega Diancie, there is only one Mega in the top 10 KOs in this this division.
Yeah, it was a lot. You're right.
So I know someone
I also
like
want
the
to point
answer's
out
like, oh,
about the
something in top 10.
megas is that Mega Camerupt is 4th on the KO leaderboard for low tiers, and it's on
I
the
saw
Mega
this.
Losers.
Well, I was gonna say it's a mega loser, but it is equal div.
Yeah,
hasn't,
it's 2 and 2.
like,
I don't think
it's just
there's
that
too
there aren't
much you
enough
can
megas.
really. Yeah, there's not too much info to get from the Mega leaderboard other than
Yeah.
the Scizor at the bottom
Yeah,
and
it's
the top
these
5.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah,
This
everything else
part
kinda
is where
evens
you
out.
get into like the megas that just haven't been drafted a lot. I mean, haven't been
Yeah.
brought a lot.
Didn't
which
get
is
brought
normal.
much, yeah. And same with the support though. If you look down at the support losers, for example, it's like 0-1 Silvally, 0 Kofagor.
Yeah, and like Torkoal isn't coming to get KOs most of the time.
Yeah, I also think Torkoal was just a late season pickup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
again,
I'm
not too
surprised with
much
a
info to get
Screamtail
there,
this
but
low. Like you would think that Screamtail usually tries to at least get a couple kills, like just passively.
I'm not surprised.
I'm surprised that it's 0.
What is it getting kills with? If it's not Calm Mind, I would rather wish
But
T-Wave
it's
rocks
not
and
that
get
it's not that it's like Okoing anything. It's that it's just sitting in front of things that can't break it. And like if you're winning a game, it will just kind of rack up kills being the thing that can't be broken through. But I guess if you're not winning games,
I think if
don't
you
get
can't
that.
break a Screamtail, you've prepped wrong.
I'm talking more like if it's like the end of the game and you've like gotten rid of the answers, and it's just like the easiest way to finish the game is just having the Fatmon that has had all of its answers KO'd to just let it just kind of pick up the kills. It's the same kind of thing with like Mega Venusaur.
Yeah, but
when
like do
Mega Venusaur gets
what?
a lot of kills.
Encore it to make it struggle to death? Like it doesn't get toxic, so it's gotta what? Psychic Fang them, play rough them? Like
No, it would literally just be like just dazzling gleaming it down. Like again, this is a case where it's like the game is over. Like you've kind of had to realize that you can't break through it. It's just gonna go.
Well, Mazda
Obviously, a
doesn't
prep
have the best
issue,
record
but-
though, so
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like if it's a team that didn't win a lot, it's
Yeah.
not going to be in those situations, so it has 0 KOs. But I think a team that
Yeah, and that
is
might have been what
performing well
Blissey
with
did,
it,
for
goes,
example.
yeah,
Because like
That's
Blissey
true,
is 6
yeah.
and 3. Maybe it just sat in front and claimed like 2 at the end of a game a couple times.
yeah, that's probably
Looking
right.
at
it's
the
interesting to
other
see, though,
support KOs though,
the
look
Mazda-
at their diff. Like the Mew has 6 kills, but it's still -1.
I didn't even see the Mew. I'm like, where's this Mew?
Yeah, in
wait.
support. It's 6 and 7.
Don't
Latias
say
is 5
that.
and 5. Corv is 4 and 3. I kind of expect that from Corv.
Yeah, Corv is I think,
like
pretty
it'll get a
standard.
couple kills just from like Brave Bird body press U-turn kind of
It's
deal.
kind of like what we were just saying too, with the like Blissey.
Yeah,
Screamtail
but I
potential,
think
like, where they
Brave
just
Bird and
kinda,
body press are at least good moves, and it has like I think Corv's setup is better than Screamtail's too.
That's true. Body press is a more real like thing to have to actually be ready for.
Yeah,
I mean, you hate that body press is in the game.
I do hate the body press in the game. By the way, it should not exist.
I just like I've said it before. My problem with it isn't that the move exists, because I think it's actually an interesting concept. My problem is that it's a fighting type move that is like mostly distributed to high defense steel types. So it's like, what's
Yeah.
your resist for fighting types? Fairy types. Okay, they die to the steel type move. Like just the fact that so many mons can just bring heavy slam, body press, GG, you beat every fairy in the game. And
See, I actually
something else
don't
has
have
to resist.
really a problem
fighting.
with its fighting type. The issue is literally just that, like, okay, if you have a move that scales off of a non-offensive stat, like for example, Electro Ball isn't just
isn't
based
speed
on
an
your
offensive
speed,
stat?
right?
Oh, I see
So
what you mean.
it changes the base power of the move based on your speed. It's like reverse gyro ball, right?
Yeah.
And then it still uses your attack stat and your special attack stat for
Right.
gyro ball and electro ball, respectively. It just changes the base power, and that's what body press, in my opinion.
You're saying that so body press's base power should be determined by your defense stat, but
Yes.
then use
But
your
then
attack
uses the
stat.
attack
and
stat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that, and I actually don't
Up
really
to a
know
cap.
why it's not
Just
like
like
that.
gyro ball and electro ball cap at like 150, body press
Yeah.
should cap at 150.
Well, I think you know what I think the difference is that those are
Yeah.
based on the difference between your speed and your opponent's speed.
That is true.
It's
True.
how much faster you are versus how much slower you are.
But I
and
feel like
body
that is
press is
still
not-
completely fine.
Well, what would it be? Your defense compared to their defense?
Yeah, I think that's still okay because
But then
the
I
idea
think that
of
actually kind of like
like
multiplies in really weird ways then, because it's just way stronger against mons that already are going to have trouble walling it, and way weaker against mons that are high defense. So like for example, it's a fighting type
yeah,
move,
you're
and you're
right.
using
That
it
is a
against like
weird
a
scale.
steel type. It's just not going to do anything because the steel type probably also has a really high defense stat.
Yeah, well, you could still iron defense to increase your defense to increase the base power.
Yeah, and that would also increase the disparity as well.
Just like you could agility to increase your
I just think
electro ball power.
comparing your defensive stats to someone else's defensive stats is different from
You're
comparing
right.
your speed
I didn't
stat
really
to their speed
consider that.
stat.
Yeah, that would be tough.
But it's
then
an
it really
interesting thought
polarizes
though,
matchups. Yeah,
because there
there might
aren't
be something there.
other
I don't
moves
know.
like that where it's like where
Yeah.
it doesn't where it scales on something other than an offensive attack. Because I thought you were gonna say that it's weird because like you're not like when you're like building a mon, like designing a mon, it's like you can make it a special attacker or you can make it a physical attacker, and so much of the game is like balanced around that, right? But with when you add a move like body press into the game so much later, when there are already mons that exist with like extreme defense stats and like the game isn't really balanced around that, like then you end up with some like weird scenarios where it's like, oh wow, suddenly this thing's completely broken with a stat that wasn't supposed to be part of their profile. Like it wasn't, they weren't supposed to have a good attacking stat. That's why they have a good defensive stat. So you end up with some weird cases like that. But
yeah, exactly. And that's even just a case in like RPGs in general, right? It's like if there's like abilities that scale based on your HP, why would you not use them? Because then you can be tanky and deal damage as opposed to
right.
You know, others that don't. Like even in like MOBA, in like League, if you have something that deals damage HP, that's just free real estate.
Yeah.
Usually there's a balancing thing that like takes away from that, but I don't like it as a design philosophy personally.
Well, you know what's weird is that there are moves that you would think are like similar to like it's not defense stat, but it's like your weight, which usually heavy mons are more defensive. And while it's not a stat necessarily that you raise and lower like regular stats, there are items and attacks that interact with your Pokemon's weight. Yep. And we don't ever really see that come into play, except for like Steela when it lowers its weight and suddenly Heavy Slam doesn't do as much, right? Like that's like probably the only case that I can think of where that actually matters, where like changing your own weight has impact. Otherwise, it's just mons that have a good base weight that are better with the heavy attacks. And
yeah, really I don't know why they wouldn't just like why make a move that's good for something that's heavy as opposed to just like making a new move and only distributing it to things that are heavy. You know, because like what good is a heavy slam gonna do on something that isn't heavy? You know,
well, right, but it's also the same thing as Electro Ball and Gyro Ball, where it's based on the difference in weight.
Yeah, so I also just kind of don't like that, anyways.
Yeah, I think at least the difference with the speed based one is like it's a stat in the game that you can like calculate and that you can like look at and be like, oh, I know this mon has a high base speed. I know that it can't be below this speed. Whereas with weight, it's like a static number for every mon, and it's just kind of like it's not as easily accessible.
I don't think it is. I actually think it's a range.
It's a range for the size of the mon, but I don't think it impacts competitive play. I think all of them have a set weight. Like I don't think you get more damage from having like an alpha.
Yeah, because we can't set the weight on Showdown, for example.
Right. Yeah. Like I think you're right. It's just the Dex entry has a set weight, even though your mon might vary. The attack's damage is calculated based on the Dex.
Yeah, based on like your species versus their species.
Yeah, but it's just weird that they have so many different things like that. Where it's a bit like body press is like the example where they deviated from that, and it turns out it's completely game breaking when you do that.
Yeah.
When you put it, because it's also the iron defense which you mentioned, but also stamina. Like it breaks other things where it's like pressing Sword Stance never does anything other than make you stronger. Like it makes your attacks hit harder. There's nothing else. If you want to also boost your defense, use Bulk Up. With Iron Defense on a body press mon, you are getting so much more value out of clicking that than any other
Yeah, it's
boosting
like a
thing.
double calm mind, or
Right,
a
and
double
same
bulk up.
with stamina, like just being applied to you. It's like not only are you getting harder to kill, you're also getting stronger every time something doesn't kill you. Like and it's
Yeah.
just crazy that because nothing else scales like that. I mean, I guess weak armor kind of does. It bumps your speed up, but it actually makes you weaker defensively.
I'd say maybe stored power is like the closest thing that is related to that. But even then, it's something
That's still
that
you setting up.
it's
though.
the base power changes based on an external thing and
Yeah.
uses your special attack.
And stored power still uses it still uses your special attack. So like, you still want to be using Calm Mind over Bulk Up if you have both, right? And if you're running a stored power set. Whereas Iron Defense is like literally doesn't matter. You just don't have to invest in attack to be hitting physically harder than physical attackers because you're a fat defensive mon that pressed Iron Defense and has body press. Like stored power is still going to do more damage if you invest in special attack. There's still going to be checkpoint like damage cutoffs that you need to have a certain amount of attack or special attack investment to get a KO. And it's only going towards special attack when you're investing those stats. Whereas
I could talk about this for ages and ages, and I do want to get this. So interesting thought. If anybody is curious to continue the conversation, I'm
glad you mentioned the thing about the speed scope because I hadn't really thought about that either. Even though it's not exactly the same, it was something that like you're right. Though.
It
that's
is
like
mechanically
kind of the
different,
only other time that a different stat matters in that calc.
Yeah, and then it's like, why isn't there an HP one? Why isn't there a SPDEF one?
Dude, Wigglytuff would pop off.
True.
Actually, wait, there is an HP one, but it's different. It's you're receiving damage based on your max tree. It's the it's the hard press. No, it's like it was new in the DLC in Gen 9. It was like it's a steel type move. It was like hard press or something like that. And it's based on it is a negative if you have more HP.
It's percentage HP though.
Is it? I thought it was based on how much HP.
Inflicts damage. Its power varies between.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
The more HP the target has left, the greater the move's power. So actually, I don't know if the specific number matters or if
it's current HP divided by max HP, so it's percentage.
It's just percent, okay.
Yeah, which I believe is the same as Ring Out.
Yeah, I don't remember Ring Out.
Yeah, the move works the same way as Crush Grip and Ring Out,
Crush Grip,
but with higher PP.
Yeah. Interesting, yeah. I guess the only other time that HP comes into effect is for like Leech Seed or something, because that you're always taking the same percent, and the
but percent HP is around in the game all the time.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry, I want to get moving on this.
Yeah. Is there anything else?
I'd like to take a look at the defensive leaderboard, and we see a -6 Gliscor and a -5 Ferrothorn.
Jeez, yeah. I mean,
everything else is
still has
pretty
one win.
standard.
Yeah, one win. So that could just be a team issue. Like it's just the team isn't doing well, so this mod isn't getting a lot. Ferrothorn. This is a team that's doing very well. Tells me, and also like so many other kills distributed to everyone else. Ferrothorn is doing its job. I don't have any issue with Ferrothorn being.
I agree. Like the Jirachi on the good teams, I think it's doing well.
Yeah, and actually Slingshot undefeated.
True. Yeah. On the Amoonguss. Yep.
Yeah.
You
know, surprised.
I don't think there's anything special in the defensive leaders. We do see the Terra Dirge, and is Garg Terra?
Yes.
It is Terra.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not surprised at either of those. And Zapdos is kind of offensive, defensive. Yeah, Petron is Terra banned, so.
Oh, it is, okay. Another Glowking with a lot of KOs.
Yeah, 5 KOs. That's actually surprising.
Yeah. But it also has 5 deaths, so.
Yeah, I'm not so surprised about that though.
Yeah. Alright. I don't really care about these. It's the same number.
NFE is kind of a nothing burger. But the Rufflet came this week.
Got 1 KO.
It got a KO, and it died. But it still got a KO.
But it's still better than anything else in this. Like, actually, no, not better. It's tied with Ferroseed. Ferroseed, which has to be a hazard, right? I'm assuming a hazard killed something.
Maybe
that Ferroseed set.
I don't remember.
Yep, a couple of dudes who probably didn't come to a game, just kind of chilling.
For weather, I know that it's a little bit controversial that we have the photosynthesis mons
gauge weather.
Yeah, but Raging Bolt is doing well. It's 7 and it's only +1 diff.
Yeah.
But the Mega
still.
Tyranitar is doing really well.
Yeah.
The
Well, here's
Roaring
the
Moon
question.
again is only
If
+1,
you don't
but
think like photosynthesis mons should count outside of sun, which is more common, you would still have to also consider like Excadrill, who's a sand mon who kind of has to be on the sand on the weather leaderboard. Like there's many times where he's not. So like you wouldn't want to have to go
yeah,
through
like
like
not
check
even
every team to make
on
sure
the
that
sand
it's
team,
a
right?
sand
Yeah.
team. Yeah. So
Yeah.
so I think it's fine. I think there's other examples of mons that can be more egregious in like being incorrect if it's like a sandless Excadrill topping this list.
Yeah, true.
It's never gonna be 100% with that.
Lastly,
The
we've
host is
got
Screamtail being
the
Withermon's kind of funny.
survivors. Yeah, that's true. Survivors, the Lopunny that's on the leaderboard bunch only has 3 faints, and the Zapdos and Skeledirge only have 2 respectively. We already knew that the Rillaboom only had 1 faint, but
I'm surprised it only
it's
came
only
to
come to
6
6 games. Yeah, which means
It's
it sat a
gotten
game
that
out.
many KOs in 6
Yeah,
games.
in only 6 games. I actually didn't know that it sat out a game. That's crazy.
Yeah. So if it comes to another game and doesn't die, then it probably jumps up in this leaderboard, right?
Yeah, it
becomes number
didn't
1.
come. Funny enough, it didn't come for Drix's only loss.
You got to bring the Rillaboom in. Like that's number 1.
The
mistake.
pattern is set. I mean, you
Yeah.
gotta always bring Rillaboom.
I don't know if the math is correct. If it ends up at 7 games and 1 faint, that's better than 8 and 3, right? Or not? Yeah, 8 games and 3 KOs.
7 and 1 would be better. Yes.
It would be number 1. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
And Hippie's already played, so
yeah, it's possible.
It's actually like it's locked in. If it comes to 1 more game and doesn't faint, it is locked in first place. Nobody else can pass it.
No, because Sling could bring his guys too.
But they have 2 faints.
Yeah, but they could survive.
Oh, would 8 and 2 then be better than 7 and 1? I guess it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, because 8 more games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the only case. That's the only case. Everything else is
which is honestly kind of likely. Like I feel like Gyarados is just as likely to come to a game and not die as Rillaboom is. Because it's not about KOs or anything. It literally just has to show up.
Yeah. And Lilia's Blacephalon could come too.
Yeah. That mon's gonna die though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. I'm surprised that Blacephalon's only fainted
That's actually
twice. I think
really
Lilia's been like really preserved.
Let me see the where's Lilia at? Okay, 6 and 1. So only 1 loss. That makes sense then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It means it's not using Mind Blown.
True. Does that just self-destruct, or is that like just a huge damage?
It's Steel Beam but fire.
Okay, so it's just 50% of your health.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, well here's Truant.
Yeah, on to Truant. We have 1 more division.
Which you updated a bunch of these games. How many left do you think that there are?
I just updated 3, and maybe 1 more happened. 1 more actually just happened.
First,
it ended like 10 minutes ago.
Were those the first ones of the week, or were there any earlier?
There was 1 yesterday and 4 today, but 1 literally just ended 10 minutes ago, so it isn't updated yet.
Who was it?
It was Handy versus Manglalan.
Probably doesn't matter.
So it was the 6 and 1 versus the 1 and 6.
Yeah, probably doesn't make any difference for the. I mean, it might.
I kind of want to watch it, but I'm just gonna spoil it for myself. Whatever. Okay. The expected result happened.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, Manglalan beat Handy.
And he can't pass Corey at 8-0, so he couldn't take first seed. He probably just secures second seed, I would guess.
It was a 4-0 if that changes anything.
It shouldn't matter because he was more than 6 above Fox Hunter anyway.
Yeah, true.
So like with any win, he just secures second seed. So we know that's locked in. He's just 7 and 1 instead of 6 and 1.
Yep, and Handy is just fighting to not be last.
Which
I think if Vortex 6-0s, because Handy is now minus 15. So of 6-0, Vortex could tie them, and Vortex has a higher strength of schedule. But Vortex beating their opponent would lower that. So I don't know.
Vortex
it might
is playing
happen,
Sumanth, who is fighting for their playoff life right now. So it might not be easy for the 07 player.
Yeah.
To 6-0 this person in the playoff hunt. Let's see what we got here. So Dunn Done. Done.
Sparse.
Done. Sparse.
Yes.
So actually, most of these games are done.
Yeah. Oh, and
Sparse.
also we didn't even mention. Well, I think we did mention, but I'm just cluing into it. This is the second 8-0
Yeah.
of the league this
Yeah,
season.
so we have 2 other undefeated players, but they just haven't played their 8th game yet.
Oh,
and then-
true. That's right.
So
So
there's
we
a
could have
chance-
one per division.
Yeah, there's a chance. Kyogre, look at this guy. Oh, you can't even see him on the screen. It only shows it on my screen. Me dragging him
Yeah, I
around.
can't see. You're looking at All-Star Division right now.
Yeah, well, I am. Yeah, but I was
Oh.
coming over to highlight Rice Man on it,
Oh,
and I
there.
clicked the
Now I see.
Kyogre, and on my screen it shows
Oh.
like the little phantom Kyogre that I'm dragging around. But on the stream it doesn't show it. It just shows the little cursor cancel
Yeah,
thing.
cannot drag.
Yeah, but yeah. So we have two other undefeateds that have not played their last game yet, but the 2 that have are 8-0. So, and actually, Corey has a better diff than Rice Man. Corey is better than Rice Man. Confirmed.
It would be interesting to have
So
a league-wide standings.
it would be interesting.
and-
I also think it would be kind of disingenuous.
Well,
for some-
obviously.
yeah.
I mean,
I thought
obviously,
you were gonna say
like
have
Corey
a,
wouldn't
have a
be 8-0
champion
plus 26
bracket.
in All Stars. Yeah, I do think that some wins are worth more than other wins for
Yeah.
sure. But I think it would just be cool to be able to
It would
compare
be fun to
records.
see. Yeah,
Yeah,
or at least the Mons, like the Mons seeing like, which Mons like
I
their
want to do
cumulative
that.
totals.
I want to keep a database that spans over like multiple seasons.
Yeah. I have that for my teams in my like leagues that I've played in. Just from like dumping the data basically and filtering it. So like I can see like how many KOs like Ambipom has gotten for me across every league, across every like rule set and all these things. But I don't have it for like the whole league, like on every team what it's done.
Yeah.
Like for example, let's see this.
Yeah,
this
I'm interested in
Rillaboom.
doing that. If
This-
nothing else, it just gives us stats about like things that are never drafted and things
Yeah.
that like are overperforming.
Ogre performing.
True.
Ogre pawn.
Okay, let's actually take a look at the division now.
I just want to see 7 plus 18, 25 plus 11 is 36. So Terra Rillaboom has 36 KOs across
Sheesh.
all things. I don't think Hustle has a Terra Rillaboom.
Yeah, but it's popping off.
Yeah.
The fact
I've
that we have a
been- I've
second
been
one
talking
right in a
about it.
row. Now, this 11 is obviously way less than
And
the
it's also
Swarm.
much
Rillaboom.
closer to the next in line. Like,
Yeah, but again, we do have another Hydrapple. And another
That's a
Keldeo,
lot
another
of
Urshi
KOs.
single.
Another
Another
guard.
Sarah
Organical
Ledge.
and Knackle Stack?
Oh
Wait
my
a minute!
God, yeah.
But
Literally
Knuckle Stack
tied for
fainted one more
KOs.
time. Wait,
but-
that's crazy.
No, they have the same number of KOs, but Knucklesack died one more time.
Yeah, that thing Ethan just.
Yeah, I just said
Oh, I
that.
thought you
That's
said
okay.
came one more time.
I don't
Which might
remember.
also
Maybe
be
I
true.
did. Maybe I didn't.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It did come to every week except for the forfeit.
Yeah, I know that I think is part of why Brad didn't make it to the playoffs. Is I feel like his use of Knuckle Stack just became
Wait.
way too obvious, and he really
Wait, they
forced it every week.
Both came to every game except for a forfeit.
Yeah. No, that's actually, I think Kravitz's downfall was actually the exact same. I think both of them were relying too much on
Yeah.
Salt Cure. And like we just saw earlier today, is Krabbit was fighting for a playoff spot, and their opponent brought Covert Cloak Scizor and
You
just set up
play
on
yeah.
it
You just
and
do
won the
everything.
game.
Yeah.
Literally,
It's-
Scizor just got like 5 or 6 KOs right there, and that was GG.
It's just kind of what the Mon does. Like you're either
Yep.
prepared for it or you're not.
Yeah. Definitely,
it
I
is
still
pretty
do think
easy
it's a
to
great mon.
prepare for, but yeah,
It's
Terra
a really good
especially
mon
makes
with
it hard.
Terra. Yeah, but yeah, definitely a truant merchant, I think.
It kind of just becomes a question of, do you have a good Covert Cloak Mon that is okay into it type wise? So like something that's
Mhm.
not weak to. It doesn't actually really even matter if it's weak to rock. I feel like because Salt Cure itself isn't high base power, like, and it's usually not investing in attack. I've had cases where it's like I think even like Covert Cloak Zapdos can like a bulky Zapdos can still just deal with it because it's like it's never doing enough, and it doesn't want to click Salt Cure on you once it knows that you're Covert Cloak and you're resisting the body press. So but if you don't have a mon that like can deal with both like the neutral Salt Cure hits and body press hits, or like your best Covert Cloak mon is like weak to body press, like then that becomes an issue. Scissor is a great example of a mon that covers both, where it's just neutral to both rock and fighting. So when you kind of neutralize it with the cloak and have recovery without leftovers and aren't a mega, like you just kind of
anything with like a Terra ghost, Terra flying or whatever, like just resisting fighting with a Covert Cloak usually beats it. Now that's when you still run into like sometimes honestly an Iron Defense body or even Curse. I think Curse is underutilized.
Yeah.
Can still muscle through a lot of these things.
Well, because Curse is also boosting like that the damage of the Salt Cure as well. Like without the debuff. So that would be a case where like Zapdos wouldn't beat that because eventually the Salt Cure becomes too much. It's kind of a one-trick pony, but it's one of those mods that just kind of does it in a way that you still have to like be ready for. There, I'm sure, are plenty of people who have prepped for it and still lost to it too, just because sometimes, again, you just like it snowballs at the worst possible time, or you have a mon in that like has to swap out, and you give it an extra turn of Iron Defense, and that changes everything. You know, it's like just one of those mons.
As I was mentioning this Scizor, it actually is the pretty much the entire reason that the Scizor is now on the KO leaderboard.
I did sweep that game after setting up.
Yeah, it got like 5 or 6 KOs that game. At least 5, maybe 6. I don't remember. Against the Garganacl
leaderboard into top 4.
Into 4th place, yeah. Just
which happens when it's kind of like a low average for KOs just across the board. It's just so much more spread out.
To be clear, though, the Gyapdos and the Golden Go could be higher, and the Uxie could be higher, because Mangle Island did win their recent game.
Oh, right, yeah.
So we're not sure. I could check that shortly, but I'm not going to do that right now. But look.
But what? But what? But what? Did you just?
Oh my god!
Well, Lee, let him talk. Come on. Did he die?
Maybe we have some crappy weather over here.
Okay. Well, what do you think, Lee? I know you've been yapping all night, but you got some more time. What are your thoughts here?
So I'm trying to pick up where he left off.
He left off at I don't remember what he said.
Oh dear. Well, he was talking about the Scizor. So let's see what else we have on the non-Terra.
Oh, that's right. That was what he was talking about.
We see Mangalin's Gyapdos and Golden Go. They're kind of like a 1-2 defiant, good as gold. You can't get rid of my Hazard's Punch combo that I played last season. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. And that's what he was saying was like these might have more KOs because he just won his game.
There he goes. And so those very reasonably could be higher. I'd expect Gyapdos over Golden.
Yeah, it just depends how you cleaned up. Yeah.
Yeah. We see Annihilate on here, and Annihilate hasn't really had a lot of success this season. I don't think we haven't seen it on any of the leaderboards.
I don't think we saw it on any other leaderboard, but I also don't think it's been drafted in many other.
I know Lethal had it in Swarm.
And I think about it, because what is it? It's like 20 points or not 20? It's like 19 points, maybe.
No. It's like
16, 17. Oh, that's right, because it's not like Terra or anything. So I just want to see like where on the rosters it would be. It would be one of the top 2 picks, I think, on most. There it is. Lethal has it. Nobody in Hustle. Nobody in All-Star. Yeah, it's only in Swarm. And in Truant.
No, maybe people are just bored of
Lethal
it. Who knows?
Lethal's 5-3, so Lethal must have just had other mons doing stuff. No, it's still 6 guys. It's not doing poorly.
Yeah, it didn't do poorly. Just didn't
It's
make
just,
the leaderboard
he
as
just has
well.
very spread out stuff, and High Travel cleaning up a lot of kills, it looks like. Could be stuff that Annihilate whittled down. But yeah, that's a good point. That is the first time that we've seen him in the leaderboards. And he's still not particularly high.
It's got good diff, though. +5 is good.
Yeah,
is a
that's really good
respectable
diff, yeah.
And then over on the Terra, and we see the usual suspects. We talked about Rillaboom, and we talked in length about Garganical and Knucklesack. And we see, in a similar vein, we see Ting Lu, who's really coming up as like a prominent Terra captain in the league the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, I kind of forgot that he was a Terra captain here.
And he fills that kind of similar role of like bulky attacker that sets hazards. We've seen Terra Ghost a lot.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Terra Ghost at just hazard spin block.
Yeah, and it's just like these hazards are impossible to remove, and I'm sure a lot of these KOs that Tinglu's picked up are hazard kills that just, punch down. Once the defogger went down, there's nothing they could do, Stormtide debuted Terra Cloister for the NBA. Saw it to reasonable success. I think it picked up like 3 or 4K the first week he brought it, which was really cool.
It's 6Ks and +4, so it's only 2 deaths. Cloister is such an interesting mod because it's one of my first draft was BDSP. Because there's a lot of us were like kind of getting back into Pokemon, so like, oh, this will be nice because it's like a narrowed down dex and like a lot of like move pruning as well. And I remember like Cloister just being like kind of a beast, just being like so hard to like when you couldn't just like outstat it, just that skill link after the shell smash and just like it just rips through things. So you'd think that like a Terra Cloister would be pretty good, but it's just hey, he's back. Maybe.
And like it is doing fine. Like it put up the numbers.
Wait, hold on. I heard you.
Hi. My power went out.
Is that why it sounds like you're on your phone right now?
Yeah, because I'm on my phone.
Yeah.
So sorry about that, guys.
We heard you cut out, and we're like, but it's okay. Lee gets to talk now.
Let's go.
That's he's talked the most. He's talked all stream.
I'm sure it's insightful as always.
It is.
It's something.
He's got a lot of thoughts because he hasn't been able to say any of them all stream.
they've been building up inside.
All right, what are your thoughts on the 5 names that start with an S in a row from places 4th through 8th? Actually, every single person in the league. Every single person in the league whose name, or not in the league, in the division whose name starts with S is in this block.
Every single player in this league has a name. It's crazy.
Are you kidding me?
Got the B's right here.
B's? The C's are close.
True.
The Cinderace and the Crabit?
The C's and the R's together. Oh, actually, no, the Corey's up here.
No, Corey's at the top, and it's...
Listen, it wouldn't be significant if there weren't 5 people whose names start with S. And all of them being right here. So I don't know if
since we've looked at the standings, Lethal has updated the document.
Let's go.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, there's the 7-1 plus 7. Yeah, so it didn't change the standings at all. We didn't really talk about the standings
yet, what about the leaderboard?
Yeah, let's...
No, leaderboard didn't change either.
Strength of schedule shouldn't have changed. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, how does the playoff picture seem like it's boiling up? Because there's still somebody in a spot that's 3 and 4.
3 and 4 minus 9.
Super Hot. Super Hot is -9. He's at 3 and 4,
which is crazy. So like any loss in his last game bumps Bobo up into that spot. Like he will have guaranteed a worse diff. Yeah. So, but if he wins, he's also guaranteed where the split, because like nobody can get better than 3 and 5.
He's
who's
playing
lower than
Sky
here.
Knight, who is confirmed, I think.
Should be, yeah. Yeah, anybody with 5
Yeah.
wins is
Yeah.
confirmed. Actually, anybody
Anybody
with 4
with
wins.
4 wins is confirmed. Sumanth is confirmed.
Yeah, at minus
Oh,
4,
damn.
4 and 3 wins. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
because nobody can get more than 3 wins down here.
Yeah, because 9th is that 3? Yeah, so
Yeah.
I
So
see.
Bobo's fate is in Super Hot's hands.
Sky Knight's hand more than Super Hot, because Super Hot's gonna try to win.
True.
Yeah.
And well, I wonder how, because this is a really close strength of schedule though. If Super Hot ends up with the same diff on a win. Or wait, no, on a win it doesn't matter, he's locked. On a loss.
Yeah.
His strength of schedule is
On a
going to
loss
go
he goes
up.
down, and on a loss his diff is gonna go down, so he can't tie a diff.
Oh right, he will
anyone,
never
right?
be. Yeah, okay, so this never matters. They're never going to be tied. Yeah.
Correct.
He either wins and he beats him on record, or he loses and he loses on diff. So
Yes.
that won't matter.
And he'll drop down to at least 12th if he loses.
Oh yeah, that's
He'll be down below Rosie the Kitsune at 12th.
It could be worse. Like if he loses.
Yeah, could be 13th
Like-
here. But we
Roy
don't
Ace
know
is 2
Roy
and 5
Ace's.
minus 5.
Yeah. Wait, could Roy make it in?
3 and 5.
Roy
Yeah,
Roy is in the playoff
Yeah.
picture.
that's
Roy is in a
insane.
playoff race with a win.
That's
I think
insane.
it's deceiving. I think it's deceiving because these games are already played. Whereas if they were all
Yeah.
at the same point, then they would all be in the playoff race. Maybe, I don't know, but like just the fact like that you jumped on the 14th, there's one person still in the race. It's because he's the person who hasn't played yet. but that is crazy.
Yeah,
that is super hot. Okay, wait, who does Roy play? Sal, who is up here, who's already locked, and probably just kind of he's tied with Sky Knight. Probably can't beat Fox Hunter in diff. Depending on
Might
the
go
outcome,
fishing for a matchup.
I was gonna say, well, it's like 99% chance that these two play each other, unless whoever loses gets. Well, actually, no. Whoever loses is guaranteed death list.
No, if Sky Knight and Sao lose, they Stormside overpasses them.
Yeah, I was saying that they were playing each other, and one of them had to lose.
No, that could change a lot.
Yeah,
but if Supa loses and Roy wins, as long as Roy wins by more than one, because if Roy wins by 1, he's at a tie with Bobo, and he has lower strength of schedule right now
by 0.01.
0.01, but a win for Roy would reduce his strength of schedule. Oh, but he's playing Sao though.
He's playing Sao, who's really high,
which would actually, that would actually increase his strength of schedule. Yeah.
Because the only way to reduce it would be if beating the person brings them to your record or lower, right?
Yes. So
Supa, it's always adding that person on.
Roy needs a win and for Supa to lose, and then he's in.
Yeah.
Bobo needs for both of them to lose, and he's in. And Supa needs to win, and he's in. And those are the only scenarios that change anything.
Yeah. That is crazy. That the spots that matter.
And Sumanth doesn't care too much about what happens. Except maybe he would want to avoid Corey in round 1. Corey and Manglawan, I feel like, are the two he wants to avoid.
This might be one of the divisions where it's like you actually don't want to be the 8th seed because like it's a pretty significant difference.
Yeah, and he could still be in the race with well, actually no, Sao and Sky Knight he can't pass even with a win because his diff is so low.
Sumanth's best place finish is 7th.
Well, wait.
So he's
no, because if they lose enough, their diff goes down.
Oh yeah, he can pass them with
one.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
by
true.
5,
He could pass
wins by 6.
Yep. Yeah,
it would be a very tight window, but it's possible.
It's a star of the line kind of scenario, but it could happen.
But only one of them has to lose badly to really change up the standings, though. Like they don't have to both lose because he's in the playoffs either way. So like it's not really as extreme as like needing 2 players to lose to like move up. If only one of them loses, he just loses in a big way. And
if I were him,
like he could swap places with Sao or Sky Knight.
Absolutely. If I were him, I would aim for 6th just to avoid like Corey McLellan, who
Getting
seemed to be
pushed down.
the kind of
Yeah.
boogeyman. Yeah.
You know what's crazy?
What's that?
Exact same records. 0.01 difference.
Yeah, again. It's a tight diff, man, or a tight
Yeah.
div. You got to fight for your spot.
The only one that's really crazy low is Manglellan, who had a really low strength of schedule.
Yeah, 0.37.
Didn't we actually talk about that last week, where it's like we don't really actually know how good he is because he's only played the bottom 8 people in the division, except for his one
Yeah, well,
loss,
he's
which
played
is to
Corey, but
Corey.
he lost.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and everyone else is in the bottom half.
yeah, it's really hard to judge.
Maybe you don't really care about getting. Maybe you actually want to get 7th place.
If
To
you're a
prove
betting
that-
man, you might do that.
I
I
don't even
think
it's a
just from
betting man.
seeing Manglellan's play, though, it seemed okay.
That's true. I haven't seen it enough to actually determine. I wouldn't call it betting though. I would call it like if you're confident that you can beat what you've seen, and be like, hey, you know what? He has not technically proven himself against anybody in the playoff picture. There's nothing that says that he wins against the 7th seed.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Who knows?
Did Sumanth play either of them?
Did he play who?
Did Sumanth play either Corey or Manglellan?
He lost to Corey week one.
Lost to Corey. Did not play Manglellan.
Yeah, he's in the top half. He didn't play Manglellan.
Yeah,
the
so
only person
depending on the result of that,
Corey.
you definitely want to avoid that.
What do you mean, the result of that?
Like, depending on whether you think you could actually beat that team, because he already lost to Corey. Do you want to try to beat Corey after getting 5-0'd, or
yeah, you're
do you
saying
want to
like you don't want to like lose to stay in 7th on the chance that you drop to 8th?
Yeah. Well, he
I
can't.
think either.
Wait, yeah, he could.
He could drop to 8th. Yeah. Actually, okay. Is there or no? Oh yeah, no, he can.
Yeah, if Super wins,
all the 3-4s
and
can get to
Smith
4-4, and he also gets to 4-4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a way? No.
I want to remind you,
none of
the
these people
season
can
that
pass
Roy
Sumanth.
Ace won. The season that Roy Ace won was a season just like this.
Yeah, where he had like a crazy.
Where he was
that's right.
near the bottom of the division, and he just barely snuck into playoffs with a negative record, and he won the whole tournament.
A not full size division though.
It was I think 14 or so.
Yeah.
It wasn't quite full.
Yeah, so I think there's some weird number stuff there that makes it more likely, like when you're in the bottom half.
But the fact that you could still get in with a negative record right now is very reminiscent.
It's so funny, yeah.
I don't know. We've been here before. I don't want to count him out.
We've always said that he is like kind of surprisingly down here, like that he was like not something that you would expect to be bottoming out, because he was 0-4.
The thing is, like when he turns it up, but I feel like he's a little bit like inconsistent and kind of lackadaisical, I guess. Tough. I mean, it might have been a closer kind of game, but
he's down there. Maybe.
Yeah.
But it's still a win against a good player, though. Like a commanding victory against somebody in the playoff picture. You know?
I mean, Stormtide would be fighting
the second
for like
seed doesn't have. So
yeah, very true. While I was gone, did you guys take a look much at the Pokemon standings after?
Yeah, we did a little bit, and not like anything past the the KO leaders here.
That's cool.
Look at any of the mega stuff or anything yet.
Is there anything else though that stands out? I guess there's the Hisui and Electrode that is not very common, but I think it just had like one good performance. Yeah,
it got like 3 or 4 against Rosie. Yeah,
I feel like anything
it had
like
one good performance.
Since these categories don't filter out like Terra Captains, I think anytime that you see a Terra Captain here, you can kind of be like, all right, you can't be too surprised.
Yeah,
especially if it's mid tier or low tier, where it's like,
it's funny seeing in the same tier as like Manaphy Gudra though.
Yeah, it must be like a 7 where they're 12s or something.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
This isn't super. So this is just kind of a mix of the normal and then the non and the Terra. This one, obviously mostly not Terra captains because they're all banned from being Terra. Knackle stack.
Yep.
Kind of these are some of the best low tier mons I feel like we've seen though.
True. Another belly bolt. That's what the at least second, maybe the third belly bolt. Yeah.
Yeah,
he's probably the most common of these like low tiers. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised
yeah.
this is the first time I've seen Orthworm. I feel like Orthworm gets drafted a decent amount as a steel type that's also a ground immunity.
Yeah, that's decent for sure.
Even if it's just to like patch things up a little bit. But
yeah.
Mega
for Megas, though,
KOs.
once again we see Mawile, Lopunny. Now this is
once
finally
again you see Mawile
a positive
10 KO
Scizor.
gap.
Yeah, we finally have a positive Scizor, but it's only 2-1.
This
I feel like
people are not using Megas in this league.
Yeah, what the heck? Crazy. -3 on the Diancie, tough. Kang
Diancie's
looks like it just never
well.
came. 1-4 Venusaur.
I mean, it could
or
be
1-5
like
Venusaur.
Wait, let me actually see Kang.
No, Kang has 0 KOs.
One game. It came to one game. It just didn't do anything.
Games too.
Came to 5 games. How does its diff so?
It's 2-1 after 5 games.
What the hell, bro? Play the game, man.
Are they just wins that he just doesn't have to come in?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Look, yeah, he's literally just chilling.
Yeah, crazy.
Mega Beedrill -3. Rough.
Was this the Iron Defense Beedrill or was that Eager?
That was
Wait,
Eager.
Was that a thing?
Okay.
Iron Defense Beedrill.
It was funny.
I guess like Kakuna could probably learn it, right? It's just
yeah.
Mega Venusaur, again, it kind of depends on if it ends up being the one getting the kill or not, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's doing poorly. Altaria again, dude. This Altaria getting kind of fucked.
Yeah, it's been in the losers 3 times.
Might have been 4. I swear we've seen it all 4 times in losers.
I don't think it's in all stars.
It is.
Oh, it is. Wow.
All 4 times. Most of them on the cusp. It is a loser.
Is it time to?
That is like the ultimate loser.
Is it time to give Altaria a discount? Maybe this mon is bad. Surely that's not right.
I think it's just the teams are either better around it,
surely,
or because it's not like -7 in any of them. It's just usually just not really producing anything, and like might have gotten a couple extra feints because it came on a loss.
Yeah, but if you see like a Dragon Dance Haxorus that's like 2-2, you're like, maybe you just kind of suck.
Yeah, but isn't that what we're saying though? That it's like the Mega Altaria. Like it's not that the Mega Altaria sucks, it's that people just aren't using it correctly.
Oh no, when I say you suck, I mean the Haxorus.
Oh. Okay, Haxorus is a worse mon than Mega Altaria though.
But the point is like if your Dragon Dance sweeper is going 1-4, I don't know.
Yeah, but I think you
do
want to look at the fact that that's like a much more one-dimensional mon that's like going to have more matchup fishing, where it's like it might just not come to games where like a monotype Dragon Dancer like isn't going to get through as much stuff. Whereas Mega Altaria like theoretically should be able to get something done in most games.
Yeah.
I think maybe a better example would be like if Dragonite does that. It's like, okay, you're either only bringing it with Heal Bell and Defog, or you're doing something wrong.
Maybe.
Here's a Electrode at the top of the support KO.
As a support. I think it's fine as a support.
It's a fast screens.
Yeah, screens, taunt, leech speed kind of deal.
Yeah. Obviously, like I think it's like a Rotom in that sense, where it's like it can be just a fast offensive pivot, but also like there are better mons for that. You're also probably drafting it for its support capabilities.
Yeah. I think this is the Pheasantipity that got a bunch of KOs recently.
Well, it got 4.
I think this was the CM Fez set.
The season.
Yeah. I don't think it did very much, and then it got a bunch in the last week.
That was Corey, who has won every game, so it was doing something right. It came to almost every game.
Oh, true. It came
Wow, okay,
five
five
times.
out of 8, which is still technically almost every game, but not as many as I thought I saw when I was looking at this
Yeah.
list. When did it? I wonder when it got the KOs. Could it have been this sweep?
No, I think it was in the last week. It got a CM Heatwave kill versus the Ferrothorn, and it got a couple.
It was just last week.
Yeah.
Or this week, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm just opening it up. Yeah, there it is. Yep. Was that all 4 of its KOs? No, it only got like 2.
It was
Three.
like
It got
3,
It
I
got
think.
3 today. Yeah, so it must have it picked up 1 somewhere else.
Yeah, somewhere along the lines it
Yeah.
like got a toxic chain kill or something. Who knows?
Yeah. Defensive KO leaders. There they are, father and
Yeah,
son.
Garg and Knackle. Although this is, I think, the first positive
Wait,
team
Garg
we've
and
seen.
Knackle?
I get it.
Garganackle and Knackle stack. Garganackle and
The
Knackle stack.
the defensive losers don't really tell much. I feel like
No, I mean
the
clearly the
division
Curse
just didn't
Articuno
use
didn't work
defensive
out.
Pokemon. Yeah. It
Dude,
was a
Munchlax.
mid-season pickup for Articuno because Cinderace was a fill-in.
Oh right, okay.
But yeah, for some reason, like nothing has negative diff here. It makes me feel like the division just isn't relying on defensive Pokemon, which fair. Yeah, well, not very many. But yeah, like I said,
usually
the
see
first
this in
the
the
first
NFE
positive
stuff.
Tinglu, another
they're
positive
chilling.
Pecha. Gudra's pretty good.
Oh, Munchlax is a Terra Captain. It just didn't come to any games.
Yeah, you don't really need to bring it.
No, I was just curious if this was like because it's listed as a defensive mon, which I guess like in theory an Eviolite Munchlax like is fatter than a lot of mons, but also like I wasn't
that was
sure
a
if
week
this
6
was
trade
just
pickup.
like it didn't show up or if it was like a I don't know. It might
It was a
be
week 6 trade pickup to like fill out the bottom of a point trade.
That makes sense. I was gonna say I wonder if there's a way to filter out mons with 0 appearances. Not just 0-0, because that could be a mon that came 5 times and got 5 KOs and
Like 0
played 5
games.
times. Yeah, like 0 games played, just like take them out of these lists.
Yeah, that'd be valid.
Because clearly the tech is there because we have it for this, right? Like you can go based on brought, but I don't know how it plays into this particular calculation.
Take a guess what's winning the NFE leaderboard.
Charger bug.
Hmm.
Fuck.
Knucklestack. Honestly, getting 9 KOs though on Knucklestack is pretty sick.
I mean, a Terra. It gets Salt Cure, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that was one of the things that like it didn't get until.
If it got 9 KOs without Salt Cure, we'd be popping.
I would have been surprised, but also like it's still just like a fat mon that gets Iron Defense Body Press. Like you never know. Like anything's possible. But yeah, I would. It would have been more surprising if it did it without Salt Cure. Because it still gets like the Purifying Salt ability. So like theoretically, like it would still not be a bad, just like defensive annoying mon.
Yep.
But yeah, literally 2 mons did anything. Everything else on this list did not show up.
Just didn't come.
To a game. Which,
none of them are
is
negative.
that a Terradiplin?
Which is funny.
It is a Terradiplin. Terradiplin's good. I mean, Terragar's better.
Yeah, it's also on the team that was farming Garg, so.
Yeah, that makes sense.
For weather, you can notice that a lot of them are owned by Handy.
A lot of the losers are owned by Handy, but also 2 of the winners.
Yeah. Yeah, the Gouge,
The actual
Walking
Sun
Wake,
team.
Raging Bolt. I mean, you can't blame them for not trying with Raging Bolt. It just, a 0-5 Raging Bolt is just something didn't work somewhere.
Something didn't work. Might have been the weather.
It might have been the weather. Must have been the weather.
Yeah. I mean, he's
Even
way
the
up there.
Exca
like,
drill,
his head
I
is
don't
up
think
in the
this drill was
clouds,
on
man.
sand, but
No,
it's
I don't think it
still
was.
is 5 and 7. I feel like this was just like utility ground type Excadrill.
Yeah, and also nothing else was better. Like no other
Yeah,
weather mods like did better than something that's
Yeah.
-2.
And it is just a KO leaderboard, right? It's not diff. So
Yeah,
getting 5 KOs is still so good.
Yeah. How about our top
And
survivors
unsurprisingly,
here?
a bunch of the survivors are from the top people. So 2 from
Yeah, the
Corey, 2 from
undefeated team.
Llewellyn. Yeah. 2 from Stormtide, 1 from Sao, and 1 from Fox.
I don't think it's possible
Definitely
for
expected.
anyone to beat this Torn. Because the best would
I'm
be
surprised
a
about
7-1
Woshen, though. Woshen came 5 times.
and only fainted once, yeah. Fox
Yeah.
was what, like 3rd place, 4th place? Yeah, 3rd place.
Yeah, third. Third right now. I
Yeah.
think they could be passed. Or maybe not now that they won.
Yeah, I mean that could. Oh, it's a Terra Witchin. That makes sense. Why it didn't
Oh, okay, yeah.
immediately fall over and die.
Yeah.
To a U-turn. Hey, look, a Mega Scizor that's not a disappointment. How do you feel about that?
Woohoo!
Because he's the. Oh yeah, it was actually in the top.
It came and it didn't die.
Well, it did once.
Well, damn.
How many games did it come to though? 5. Okay.
Like 6
Oh
or
wait,
7.
that's in this column. I was thinking that was KOs.
Yeah,
Like,
it is.
The same number. Like,
The stats that matter
KO
are
per
there.
game. Yeah. Well, they are, except for these ones for some reason where you don't actually
Yeah,
see
listen,
how many
I
KOs
just didn't have room to include anything, okay? I was running out of space.
Yeah. Well, now we can make room by purging this category. Actually,
Okay, well, I mean, we've looked at the leaderboards. We've looked at, I think there's only a couple, like 3 games left to be played, and they all have big implications on the playoff, right?
Yeah.
So I think
The
Truant
playoff.
is going to be really, really interesting. Yeah, the playoff. Truant is going to be really fun to watch the next couple games that come in. I don't know if there's any more tonight, but definitely more to come tomorrow will be a fun watch.
I have an idea.
Mhm.
I don't know how much work it would
I
be
don't
to like
believe-
shift things around. If you got rid of this category, I think you could extend this so it's just top. Like I don't know if they add like 5 more. I guess we'd add 6. If
Like
you're
20 or
slow.
so.
Yeah, it'd
16.
be like top 16, which I don't think it has to be like a perfect number. So like top 16 for these, and then you move this block over to here and like shift megas down, and then you put top survivors here. So
There's
this
more
is
formatting to do for sure.
Yeah.
The problem with going to top 16 is like, are we really doing top 16 Terra captains? That's literally half the
all
captains.
16 is there again. I mean, it's still, like I think like, I'd rather have that filling this.
Yeah,
instead of
I don't
completely
like the way that the
worthless
like
NFE one.
high and low is formatted right now, so there's room for it.
Yeah, but then I was just thinking you could have megas, tiers, and survivors all in one block, and then have weather support and defense all in one block.
Yeah.
So it's an option, and then you just have more room to like put the rest of the stats for these guys. That actually is really funny that NFE you have like, all right guys, the Swirlix that didn't come to a game, we know who coached it, we know exactly how many KOs it got, we know exactly what its diff is.
Yeah.
Oh, let's look at how many kills the Drifloon got compared to the Simisphere. It doesn't really matter. I mean, it's first and second. Like they can't be that much apart, right? Like,
But yeah, it just has nothing. No, I agree. There's definitely work to be done there.
Yeah, it's still good though. I still like the overall layout of it.
Yeah, I think it's at the very least it's fun to like track sometimes.
Yeah, and realistically, if you're
like
that
now
curious,
that I've
look at the team. Like look at them on.
Yeah, and now that I've gone and set it up, like it's no maintenance from me. Like maybe every once in a while I'll make it change the formatting, but it's hands off at this point, right? So
yeah,
no
and
harm.
we don't have to do a poll anymore.
True. Yeah.
All right, Lee. Closing thoughts. What do you got?
It's been a fun season.
Good job.
Cool.
All right, Mario. What are your no? No, Lee, go ahead.
Mario says more words than Lee in the stream.
Who the hell's Mario?
Don't say that. You're gonna summon
He
him
doesn't
early. Do you want to say
know.
something or not?
No, I'm looking forward to playoffs. It's gonna be fun to watch. It's been a good season, and Yeah, we'll see you around, I guess.
Mario, that's your cue.
I think he hurt Mario's feelings by not knowing who he is.
Could you?
Oh, I just fucking remembered.
Stinky.